Oh shit. All right, boys.
Devin, are you in roll 20?
He
No,
is not yet at roll 20.
I'm not ever
Get
gonna be in roll.
20, Devin. Get in roll 20.
Oh, so you're on your phone right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so W's laptop is.
That's
What is
Chrissy.
that? What is? Can that not happen?
Are you guys gonna
Chris, you want to make your
doing the recap?
you want to get in your
Yeah.
hotspot because I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Okay, so if we're all here and we're recording, I can get into the recap. I'll put my finish
What
aside
happened?
for a second.
What?
You had bad audio.
Yeah, your audio is bad.
Okay, wait.
Good now.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Never mind.
Okay.
All right, so I'll get into the recap. It's a long one, so buckle up. All right, so last time on One Piece. So in our last episode, Mei spoke with Benedictus about the nature of their deal, the deal that he's giving her to get her out of jail. They went back to his office, and he explained that he wanted her to help him rig the tournament so he could help select who the winner was going to be for the next leader of the kingdom. He gives her a one-way Den Mushi that allows him to contact her, and he tells her that he will reach out when he needs her in the future. He reminds her that Mr. Slither's life on the line, and then he lets her go free. Upon her release, she immediately pursues further crime, letting herself into the house of the captain of the guards. He's a brute of a man with 2 chainsaws for hands. She attempts to sit on his couch and then turns around 180 and tries to jump through his window and fails and incites his ire. Baroque and Abraham both wake up in the tavern while Lucas is doing yoga. Abraham leaves despite Lucas's wails of protest, heading to the bank. He takes off his hat and his eye patch, slicks his hair back, and dons the identity of John Smith, a private investigator. John Smith happens to be a former detective on the force, and Abraham bluffs his way into the bank. He convinces the commissioner to give him 5 minutes alone at the bank, and he promptly steals everything from the bodies before leaving, and then telling the commissioner that he suspects the Cuban brothers and Laurie's girl in processing as the perpetrators behind the crime. Baroque helps Lucas with some new yoga poses, and then they head to the whaler. Lucas takes the ship back to the harbor, and Baroque attempts to meet Mark Cuban, but he learns from an employee there that his name's not on the list of people who are allowed admittance to the Shark Tank, so he waits in line. Meanwhile, Bokkoy is being treated in the med bay of the clapback pirate ship, and she then heads to the bar for a bit before jumping into the ocean and swimming away. Mei, after being kicked out of the captain of the guard's house, starts knocking on other people's doors and attempting to gain entry to their houses. Nobody's keen on that, and so she then uses the keys that she stole from Gugino's to break into that restaurant. She makes herself known immediately to the owner of the establishment, and then she refuses to answer any of his questions and instigates combat. Giuseppe reveals that he is a skunk Zoan and knocks her unconscious, and she's brought back to jail. Abraham sells all of his stolen weapons and goes on a shopping spree. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew meets on the ship and discusses their plans. They plan on going to register for the tournament the next morning after meeting back up on the ship that night at 10 p.m. The crew splits up again, with Baroque going to the jail, Abraham going to the market, and Bokkoy going to the tavern. Baroque sees Mei again as she leaves the jail, smelling of skunk and badly beaten. He then tells her to meet them on the ship at 10 p.m. Bokkoy gets some info from the bartender about the upcoming tournament. She then begins to gamble and wins a couple belly before losing a bet to 2 friends and agreeing to go on a date with both of them. She then lies to them and leaves secretly from the bar. Baroque gets the info on wanted pirates and takes the bounties just in time to see his own poster put up as well. Mei wakes up from her nap on the dock to go into the bar and begins a campaign of harassment, asking person after person for some foot fetish juice. The captain of the guard sees her, and after breaking and entering and harassing all day, he kicks her out of town. Abraham is back at processing at QVC to check on the whale sale. He's informed that the whale is being put up for option. Dina, in processing, tells him that he can have 650,000 belly now, and then more when the auction is complete. After deciding he doesn't want a receipt, Abraham has a snafu with receiving payment. He then demands to see Laurie, but before Dina could call her in, she's called in for questioning by the city guard. Abraham buys a silencer after leaving. Bokkoy goes to market to look for a one-handed weapon. He doesn't like the prices, so he points his shotgun at a merchant and tries to rob him. The merchant calls the guards, Bokkoy surrenders and is taken to the station. Mei attempts to convince the guards to let her back across the bridge and into town, but they're having none of it. After trying to think of ways to get across, she decides to just cut her losses and just go back to the jail herself. She tries to get inside the prison, but eventually she just leaves. And then Bok Koi is interrogated by the understanding Lieutenant Marco and the quick-to-anger Lieutenant Suga. After speaking to them for a while, he's free to go after paperwork's processed. And that is where we rejoin our crew. So yeah, my intention for this session is I kind of want to, I'm going to let things just continue naturally through the end of this night and then into the next morning when you guys go to the arena. And then post arena scene, I think we're just going to time skip there and go on to a few days before the tournament starts or whatever, maybe even like the day before or something like that. Kristen, there's so much feedback on your end. Okay, so everybody know where they're at. Who wants to start?
Yeah, what's up, Chris? Yeah, come in.
Sure. I'll go next. So you said that I am.
You're just leaving the
Here,
jail.
wait for a second. Wait for a second. From computer.
I don't know how to see that.
Just confirming, I am right outside the jail. I then right.
Yes, you're just leaving.
What time would you say it is?
It's like 2 o'clock.
Okay. How much time has passed since I left the bar?
I don't know.
Don't
Maybe
know.
like
Okay.
an hour and a half, something like that.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to head over to the water. This direction. And
Hey Aaron, what's Chrissy's email?
That should be what her email is when I decide to send. That
Did you
should-
drop it in Discord?
I did. Yeah, how about I go over to the water. Don't do that. And don't know. Yeah, I guess I go over to the water and dip my toes into the water. Splash my toes in the water while I'm near the docks.
Oh, yeah, it's nice and refreshing.
Excellent. I started talking to a fish nearby, just chatting, seeing how life is. Any fun activities?
Yeah, you have a cordial conversation with the fish that I'm not going to narrate. Yeah, it's not really much going on.
I ask him if there's any rumors around town, any fish rumors that people don't usually know about.
He tells you that Marco heard that John heard from Lily that Margot was hanging out with Luke and with Paul, but they left. They didn't invite Tyrone.
Why would they not? Okay, interesting. I put my hand on underneath my chin and I say, "Wow, how could they not invite Tyrone?" And I continue talking to him, and that's just gonna be my turn.
Cool. Okay, Justin, are you ready? What is happening? Justin.
Yeah, I was helping Kristen. I have myself on mute.
Okay.
What's up?
All right, we're going
Good play.
from Bot Koi. We'll cut to you.
Okay. And I am just at the bar still, right?
Um,
Well, last round, maybe in.
pretty sure that's where we last left you.
Yeah, and then I have my meeting with the Sharks at 5, right?
Not today. No, we're just gonna. That'll just be a separate scene. That's not happening today.
Okay. I don't really think it's much for me to do. I mean, I can go kind of screw around for a little bit, but
I mean, if nobody has anything they want to do, we can just like cut right to you guys meeting up at the ship at town. I'm fine doing that if nobody has anything they want to do.
I want to get
yeah,
my
I've
money.
started a good amount. Like you said, you didn't want your money yet. You want full amount.
No, I do. I want that to be ready.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay, well, you can go and do that if you want.
Thanks.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah,
cut
well, I'm
to.
good. I'll just meet up.
Yeah, we'll just cut to Abraham then. Abraham, last we left you, you had just bought a silencer after leaving QVC.
No, that's wrong. Last you left me, I was on the ship, putting stuff into my chest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't note that because I didn't think it was important to the recap. But yes, you're right.
I would have done that beforehand if I had a computer, but I didn't have a computer, so I'm just gonna act like everything in my inventory is fine.
Okay.
But I am gonna go to the whalery.
Yeah, you head over to the whaler. Give me a second. I'm opening a bunch of character sheets. Yeah, you head over to the whalery, and where are you going in the whalery?
Accounts payable.
Yeah, so you go to accounts payable. The guy there at the counter is like, "Welcome to QVC. This is the accounts payable department. How can I help you?"
I tell them I like my money for a whale I sold them.
All right, do you have the receipt?
No, I tell them you can look it up by my my rewards number, my loyalty number.
Great. Yeah, what's your Freemium Plus number?
420-69666.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I got you right here, Mr. Ishmael. Okay, let's see. It's a sale of one white whale. 50% of the profit is yours. Okay, great. Yeah, this all checks out. Let me just get that process for you. And he, has like an old timey cash register. He pulls the lever or whatever, and it pops open, and it gets all the belly out for you. It's like, all right, here you go. And he hands you the 650,000 belly. Cha-ching.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye.
You want to update that for me?
Yeah.
Is it the full price for the whale? Or is that just half of it?
That is half of the starting bid for the auction that's happening later on.
Gotcha.
So,
Hey, my computer's being weird as a heads up. So if I have problems later, it's because of that.
okay.
Can you tell me what's in my inventory, like the last 5 items? I forget what exactly I was going to do.
Last 5 items, 1 empty bottle, 3 pounds of linen, 9 bottles of alcohol, a flintlock with a silencer, and 3 gallons of oil.
Cool. I think it was Spy had a battery. I'd like to go purchase that.
Shopping spree continues. I thought we were done with this.
I realized I have one more thing.
Yeah, this is very exciting. Yeah, there's a Spy does not have battery.
There's what?
Spy does not have a battery.
Somebody had a battery. Let me go through the Discord.
It was a merchant that Aaron talked to. You wouldn't have known they had a battery.
No, I talked to the same one. Aaron talked to the same merchant I talked to in the thing.
Oh, he
No,
talked.
that's-
Oh,
I thought you said that every
Did
merchant
that
has something
happen?
different, because like this guy had rope, right?
yeah.
And you're like,
they,
well, I
they
didn't
all
see rope
have
before.
they all have different inventories. I don't know if you.
No,
talked
no,
to
I
this
def-
merchant.
I definitely went there. 'Cause
Oh,
I
you're
knew
right.
both of them.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I think you talked to him before Aaron did.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go get the battery.
Sure. How much did the battery cost? $3,000 belly.
Done. And then I like to craft a weapon.
Okay, what do you want to craft?
Well, I'm gonna have to craft a couple weapons. I have the sling.
I think that might be a once a day thing. Let me check the
Sure.
feet. Craft specialist weapon. Okay, so yeah, you can build your own custom weapon using the following materials: wood, leather, bone, iron, cloth, and dyes. This weapon cannot have any special abilities, but it can have its own custom shape and style of attack. Work with your DM to figure out the minimum strength requirements and the damage, range, crit range based on the materials used, shape of the weapon, and the attack style.
What are the options for materials?
The options for materials are wood, leather, bone, iron, cloth, and dyes.
Yeah. I would like to make arrows for my sling staff out of the wood that I bought and the iron I bought from my inventory.
So the sling staff is like it's like a slingshot. It's just like a slingshot that's on the staff.
I asked you.
Yeah, I mean, I said probably something like, "What does it sound like?" It is a sling staff.
I thought it was like you know those
Like a
things you
bow?
put. No, I thought
No,
it
the
was
ones like the Indians used to use.
yeah.
They would have
yeah,
the hook on them at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's not what that is. That's like what, like an
Well, then-
They made them
atlatl.
in the.
I would have
similar
said
to
that's
the
a.
Well, then-
I would have
I
said
would-
it's an atlatl. It's not what it is.
Well, then I would like to start by crafting an atlatl out of wood.
Sure.
Okay. I would like
Okay.
to do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Does anybody have dyes? I want to dye it. a cool
Now, I
color.
would point out you don't have any proficiency in ranged weapons.
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, you can craft an atlatl. Let's see what kind of damage that even would do.
I'd imagine it's similar to a bow.
You'd imagine that, but
I would.
we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I'll tell you whether that's what it is.
And
or
then can
not.
you explain what a sling staff is?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I literally just did.
It's
It
a
is
slingshot on a staff.
with a slingshot at the end.
Why is it on a staff? That makes the slingshot worse.
Stability
Have you ever
Imagine
seen
you're
and
using it.
flair.
Usopp ever?
Yeah, this guy doesn't even know who the Soge King is.
Ah, dude, Soge King is my king.
Yeah, he's my king.
He comes
too.
from an island of snipers.
God,
He's a legend.
It's a legend.
my king. I don't know about you guys, but I believe that God is king and alive.
I would say the atlatl it's just gonna throw javelins basically, right? Or like I guess not
Yeah.
really javelins. They're like thinner than javelins.
Sure.
I'd say they're thicker than javelins
I don't
because
think
they gotta
so.
have that
But-
little hole in the bottom.
A javelin is like a spear.
Right.
The arrow.
Not a true javelin.
the
A spear is
atlatl
a spear. A
arrows-
javelin is just a very slim thing that comes to a point at the very end.
Okay. The adults are talking, Justin.
Yeah.
The adults-
Yeah, it's more
Well,
like an
you're
arrow.
talking incorrectly. Just talking.
It's gonna be bigger than an arrow, but smaller than a javelin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So a javelin.
Say a spear. It's not like a javelin.
Justin, the adults are talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just gonna do like, or have it do like a D5 damage per like
Fine.
round spent or whatever. So you're gonna like whittle these arrows.
Right. That's the plan.
And this is more useful than a gun that you already have 30 ammo for. How?
You're gonna see.
Okay. How much wood do you have? You have.
I have a lot. I got a
know,
lot.
I know it. 10 pounds of elm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pound of elm.
I mean, I'll buy more. I'm in the market, I guess, where they sell wood, elm specifically. So, I don't know how much you're gonna make it cost, but I think I probably have it as far as buying elm.
Right.
Uh,
I mean,
I'm gonna say
how
that
many
ladle-
of these are you wanting to make?
well, how much wood does the lattle cost to make?
Yeah, bullshit like this. Well, I mean, like, this is so fucking boring. I don't know. I mean, what? Like each one of those arrows probably weighs like half a pound.
Yeah. So I mean, like the lattle itself.
The atlatl itself is made of like leather, right?
Well,
Yeah.
wooden leather. Yeah.
Do you have leather?
Wrapped in leather. You don't need
Uh,
leather for it. It's kind of like an accessory to the handle material. To wrap
I mean, you don't
it
really
up in.
need leather for the handle. It's just like kind of makes it nice.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
say
think
you
actually
need
does
feathers
anything.
for it. Like no, it just adorns it. Yeah. Better grip.
Okay, so let's say it takes like half a pound to make each arrow, half a pound to make the handle thing itself, and there'll be an amount of excess, like waste. So you get, I'll say you get like 17 arrows and the handle out of the 10 pounds of elm you have.
That's an acceptable amount.
But you still need arrowheads. These are just like, unless you're just gonna sharpen the point of these sticks.
I had a plan. I guess I probably want arrowheads on them too, just in case. If I'm in the market, one of the vendors sells brass. I'll buy 10
You're
pounds.
gonna
of
make your own
brass.
arrowheads? Were you a blacksmith now?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Like, you have a skill to make a specialist weapon. You can do all the wood stuff because you have that skill, but I don't know if you like
Well,
are a
one of them is
blacksmith.
metal.
You're a blacksmithing.
Iron, but this is not that.
Okay, well let me see if you've listed iron anywhere. Let's see
Right.
if you made that critical mistake.
Don't believe I have.
I don't think so either, but I'm going to see. Yeah, I mean, if you no, well, maybe. No. Okay. Sure, whatever. Pointed wood at the end is fine for now, for my purposes.
How much is that doing? 2 damage?
I
D2
would
or
hope so.
D4?
1d2 I think would be appropriate, but I guess I'm not. the
Plus
editor.
range.
Yeah,
that
I'm
what we're
looking
landing
at
on?
it. I'm still trying to figure it out. This is the kind of stuff that I'd like to know before we start the session that you're planning on doing this, so I can like figure all this stuff out before like everybody's sitting here waiting for us to play the game. I think like a D4 damage is fine.
Mm.
I don't know. There's no arrowhead on him. Yeah. No, that's fine. A D4 is fine. That's how much crossbow bolts do in a hand crossbow. It's acceptable. Do 1d4 damage.
Can I name it?
Sure.
I'd like to name it The Thing.
The thing.
That's already trademarked. Can't have that one.
No. They can sue me.
The thing is canon.
Okay.
That's all I have.
That's all you had?
Well, one second. We're doing that training montage thing today.
I'm going to try
Oh.
to.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
I'm gonna.
I would point out that I did ask you multiple times, is there anything that you want to do before we do this training montage? And you said no.
I said not yet.
Right. I mean, this is the type of thing that I wanted to like get planned out before we started.
That's probably all I have.
Cool. Okay. So that's done. Bakquai has nothing he wants to do. Baroque
Actually,
has nothing he wants.
I don't have anything to do, but I have a question.
What's up?
So my character takes up, instead of like 5 feet of space, it takes up 10 feet of space. Does that mean I have extra range, or do I still have the same amount of range as everybody else?
I believe that is detailed in the rules, question mark.
I thought so too, but I mean, when I thought about it, it means like if there's an enemy on my right, I can attack it just fine with my offhand, but I can also attack it with like my on hand. So I don't know if that just means you have more spaces you can attack, or if that just means you can actually reach further. And I think that's really up to you.
Wait, what do the rules say?
Well, just because like I take up 10 feet of space, I can attack somebody who is either 10 feet away, or with my right hand, I can attack somebody on my left. Without, I guess I could move. Like,
Do the rules say that, or is that just something that you're
That's just
like,
me asking you.
right? No. You do not have 10 feet of range.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be the same rule. They had a character, like an enemy, has to be like directly parallel to a space that you're in to hit them. You can't like gum their arms out 10 feet away.
That's all the questions I had.
Yeah, because you take up more space, but an enemy would have to be like still parallel to you for you to hit them.
Right.
Because that like indicates that they're within the reach of your arms.
And like same thing with the weapons, even though it has like 5 feet of range, they still have to be within 5 feet for you to actually hit them, right? They can't be like,
Well, a weapon like that has a range of 5 feet would be like a square away from you, right? Like a short sword is not going to have any range. It's just going to be like whatever is like within. If you're using a halberd or something that might have more reach, like a whip, for instance, like Kristen has a whip that can hit like someone who's like 2 squares away from you instead of just like directly next to you.
right. Okay.
So it depends on the weapon.
I would like to look for herbs.
Jesus Christ.
Just let me roll the D20 if I find any.
Do it.
Roll or no?
Yeah, boy, you sure don't
Awesome.
find any.
Drats.
I guess that's it.
Okay. All you guys got nothing. Kristen, do you have anything you want to do?
I don't think I really can do anything to get out of like the situation. I don't know. Or is there something I can do to get out or be able to get in the village? Actually,
I mean, right now, no.
I'm at 1 health, and like, yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do anything.
You
Okay.
can always do something.
Sure.
Not,
Well,
not really. I'm at
all right.
1. I can't swim. The guards.
All right, everybody's got nothing to do. We're just gonna skip ahead here to 10 o'clock when everybody meets up on the ship. So everyone finishes the business that they have going on around town. Bakquai has a nice chat with some fishes. Abraham gets all of his money and makes himself a new like Adelaide thing. Baroque is just hanging out at the bar, just kind of chatting up other patrons that are in there drinking. And all of you, as the sun starts to set, you start making your way back toward the ship, knowing that you're all planning on meeting up there to discuss strategy about how you're going to do things going forward. Lucas finishes all his training up with the captain of the guard.
Mute, Chrissy, mute.
I muted her.
Lucas finishes his training with the captain of the guard, and he, bids him goodbye as the captain walks the other way. Lucas, having seen,
How do they bid goodbye? They do like the little
they
cheek kiss?
curtsy. No, they curtsy. Yeah. They
Do I see
train.
that?
Lucas trains in a skirt. You don't see any of this. This is just me as your benevolent DM telling you. Lucas trains in a skirt so that he's got a full range of motion with his legs. Just really helps him work on his footwork. But yeah, they curtsy to each other, and the captain heads back off to his house. And Lucas, having seen May May earlier, kind of waves her over, and the guards allow her to pass over. Seeing that Lucas is there with the captain of the guard, giving her the okay. And so all of you kind of reconvene together back on the ship. It's like 10 o'clock at this point, and you're all back there.
Sick.
Okay, I addressed this to everybody. Now this is if memory serves, but I'm pretty sure memory serves. There is only 4 people allowed in this tournament. So I think right now, since the tournament is in a week, we really just don't have the liberty to decide. But just keep that in mind that everybody is not going to make the cut if you don't make the cut. So in this training montage, see what you can do. That's it. That's all I say.
Well, I mean, if we're only allowed to have 4 people, I think we can still all train together. But it could be where there's like sticks. We'll go in at like 2 separate teams. If we have to face each other, we face each other. But
Yeah, we can do like a sparring match or something before the tournament to see who gets in and who doesn't.
right, I mean
Yeah,
that
I think that'll make it fun.
have time to heal.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool with me.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of was kind of mesmerized by my vase there for a second. What did we decide the plan was?
So yeah, that's what I suggest. I suggest them. So there's only 4 people allowed in this tournament. So I'm just saying to keep that in mind. And then the day before the tournament, we're gonna have a sparring match, and that'll decide who sits out.
We might have to make those decisions as far as entries here sooner rather than that. If we're looking to register tomorrow, I would probably hedge a bet that who we're registering would be done at that point in time.
Lucas,
That's a
shut
fair
up.
point, Lucas. I had never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I do have some.
Thanks.
I would like to aware you guys of something. When I went to jail, someone let me out, but with a cost that I have to do something for him, and they have Mr. Slithery held captive because of it.
I ask, who is this woman? I've never seen her before. Can somebody please tell me why she's here?
I asked the same.
Yeah, hey guys, you might not have met her. I know I introduced her to the cap earlier. This is my friend May May. We met earlier. She's that Puja girl I was telling you about. So this is her. Meet the crew. You've already met the captain. The big fish girl over there. Her name's Bakoya. And then the guy with the big ears, our captain. You already know. And then the guy with the eye patch and the grizzled beard. His name's Ishmael.
I do remember you telling me about Ishmael, but I never heard about the girl fishman. Yeah.
Yeah, I talk
Bakoya.
about Ish a
I'm
bit
here.
more. We're best friends.
We're not, but I'm gonna let him have this one. I'm not gonna say anything. Just gonna say nothing.
I shoot Ishmael with glare.
I have a question for you though, May May. You said that this guy gave you some sort of secret mission, and you're just gonna kind of immediately reveal it to us. Is that wise if he has your best friend and he's keeping him captive?
Yeah, he works in the jail cell, but I just thought I'd tell you guys that Mr. Slithery is gone. I can't tell you guys about the mission, but I was just telling you guys that yes, Mr. Slithery isn't gonna be with us for until
You did tell us about that.
I ask,
I told you.
You told
not
us I have to do whatever he wants. I'm pretty sure.
No, I said that he has a secret mission, but I didn't tell you guys about the mission.
Okay.
What's gonna happen?
I ask, who's this Mr. Slithery character? He sounds like a snake.
That would
Who's
be a
the
good guess. Yeah, that's a good assumption.
Okay, so I decided we should spar tonight then.
I also repeat myself and say,
yeah.
I still don't know who this Mr. Slithery person is.
Oh, he's a snake.
What's the relationship you have with Mr. Slithery?
I have been with him since I was born.
Oh, okay.
He's like my teammate, pretty much.
So okay. Thanks for clearing that up. That makes sense.
Okay, what did you say, Justin?
Yeah, I suggest sparring tonight. Because of the Lucas brought up a good point. We gotta figure that out soon. Sooner rather than later. And I think no time like the president. That's a Barack Obama pun right
It's Obama. Yeah.
Yeah.
there. And so yeah, I'm just gonna suggest let's all spar tonight real quick. I don't know. I said I'm not sure how to do this, but it seems like
Right. That would be my next question
idea.
is how are we gonna be sparring? We just like what? We have 5 people, which is an odd number. How are we gonna be
Right.
sparring to make it all even?
On the boat?
yeah. So
Yes.
how do we want to do this?
Yeah. Also, wouldn't
Um,
we get in trouble by like the what's his name? Person.
We're just
Yeah, I mean,
sparring.
I don't think there's any rules against a friendly fight between crewmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on our own ship.
um,
Nobody's gonna stop us.
yeah. So how about Ishmael and May fight, and then Bakboy and Lucas fight, and
And you're
Devin.
kind of just like a default. But I mean,
I think
even if we do it that way, that's only going to leave us with 3. How are we going to decide the 4th person?
the losers bracket. So then the 2 losers will fight each other, and then
A lot of fighting.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds like
it
that's
is what
going to
it
take
is.
a long time.
I will be fighting nobody. I'll tell you that.
what
we
I
go by
say
hits.
is
First one to
that
land 3 hits.
How about we just do 3 D20s and whoever has the top 4 people, can be the first 4, or if we want to do top 3 and the second 2 or their second own team.
Yeah, I don't care how you want to do the fighting, like sparring.
I say
first.
that Justin.
I don't want to just do luck
So-
thing though. I'd like to have 4 best fighters.
We can test
I
the
say
strength.
me and oh gosh Fish or what's his name?
Bakoya.
What's Aaron's name? Bakoya.
Bakoya.
And then Lucas and Fishmail fight, and then whoever
Ishmael.
or that one will work either.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
never
like first one to land 3 hits or something, and then we just like do three defense rolls and 3 attack rolls, I don't know, something like that. That could work out fine. Or yeah,
I
yeah,
think
we could do
D20 is
that.
a better idea.
I don't really care how we do it, but I would like to like actually have defense and the attacks factored into it, because I feel like that matters. I'd rather have 3 strongest and just 3 at random.
And we can just do strength
That's
checks
just
against
me.
each other.
All right. Well, hey, you're the captain. You tell them how this is going on. I don't have any interaction on this.
Well, I was going to, and then everyone was like, "Oh, that sounds like a lot of work." So I don't.
I mean,
know,
it
you-
sounds like it's going to take a long time, but if that's what you want to do, that's what we can do. I mean, you're the captain at the end of the day. This is a discussion between crewmates.
Yeah,
If you said
okay,
that's
so
how you're
cool.
gonna decide.
Yeah, so I think everybody should do 3 attacks and then 3 defense rolls. For
Are we
one. and then
doing
flip
unarmed
it to,
strike,
like Lucas
or are we
Lucas
doing
versus Bakboy. Yeah, go ahead, do
primary
unarmed strike
attack?
versus the defense roll.
We're just brawling.
Well, not everybody even has unarmed strike.
Everyone has an armor strike. It's primary skill.
Well, I mean,
Then
That's
just the
not
regular attack. What are they
Yeah.
usually
not
doing?
favored
I don't
though.
know, like whatever
No,
whatever you're best
not
in.
favored, but okay, I see. Yes, I know I sent you a snippet saying like everyone can use unarmed strike, but yeah, it's not favored. It's probably
It's
not best.
It's not favored. Yeah.
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 Might not do any damage with it at all, really.
Right.
Okay.
Are we,
so
are we
yeah,
all just gonna roll at the same time and like?
no, I think we should do some
Yeah.
mock battles.
Yeah,
That's
doesn't
fine.
matter. Damage doesn't matter. Just go against. Yeah, damage doesn't matter. It's just it's
You're breaking
and
up
then whoever hits
so
most
bad.
swings of his. I can't help it. Am I good now?
Mm-hmm.
It's better.
Yeah. Okay, so Lucas versus Bakboy. Lucas would do 3 attacks with the sword. Bakboy would do 3 defense rolls, and then likewise, Bakboy would do 3 attacks with his sword, and then Lucas would do 3 defense rolls. And then that'll decide of the 2 of them who win. You just do that 3 times.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, that seems like the best idea to me.
Sure.
All right. So, yeah. So Lucas is like, all right. I gotta warn you though, Bakboy, I've been doing a little bit of training here in the past day or so with the captain of the guard here. My sword skills might be a little bit sharper than you remember. And he kind of pulls his sword off his back and twirls it around a little bit, and he gets into his his haste stance.
His haste stance. Do we know about his haste stance?
Yeah, it's an ability he's had since he joined your group, but he just like has never used it. So entering and exiting the stance is a standard action. He's just going to do it before combat starts. While in this stance, you get +10 land movement speed and a +5 dodge bonus per every 5 character levels. So he's just going to get like a +1 to defense, and he'll be able to move a little bit like farther. He's just kind of gearing up and getting ready. He gets into like kind of like a almost like a track sprinter's position or anything as he's waiting for the match to start.
Okay, great. Similarly, I take out my Warhammer and I also change my stance, and I'm going to go into the Bloodlust stance, which allows me to get a +1 damage bonus, +1 more per 5 character levels, and the defense rules take -2 while in this stance.
Cool.
So
All
The
right,
damage
sounds
is
good.
not going to factor into this. It's just going to be if it hits. So I wouldn't suggest that. It just sounds like because you guys aren't going to be damaging each other.
Well, I mean,
but- but
attacks
it's-
would still do damage. It would just be non-lethal, I assume.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it works fine.
Okay, so I assume you're refereeing this thing, Justin.
Yep.
And let it start whenever you want.
Go.
Okay, so we'll roll initiative then.
Good luck, buddy. My initiative is not as good as yours. Yikes.
So Lucas kind of getting
I said, dude, you realize that this,
You.
That's a Maria.
yeah.
Ignore her.
So Lucas already kind of being in like this track stance, he like pushes off the ground and sprints at you, with his sword in hand, and he will make an attack at you with his bastard sword.
Well, there's no way I'm defending this. Yep.
So yeah,
I think
so
it'll go faster. We just do 3 at a time. So like 3 bastard sword hits and 3 defense rolls. Then back. We do 1 by 1. It's gonna take forever.
Yeah, but okay.
I mean, we're just going to like best out of the 3. I don't know.
Sure.
So he swings, he hits you, and he like doesn't really even cut you at all. You can maybe he's holding back a little bit. He doesn't want to hurt you. But yeah, it's your go.
Oh, I get attack now?
Yep.
Sick. That looks pretty nice.
What are you attacking with? Your warhammer? I assume?
Oh, right. I forgot. We're doing actual weapons. That'll work too. That's same number, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Ready? And do you want to narrate that? What does it look
Me?
like? Yeah.
Yeah, so while I'm in the stance, I take a step back. No. Yeah, I take a step back as I move the warhammer around my back, and then as he's coming around me, full on with momentum as I twist my body, slam him right in the side. I guess I'm not trying to kill him, so I guess I go for I graze his stomach, but enough where it hurts him.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Lucas kind of goes flying backwards a little bit. He catches himself, regains his balance as he's like sliding back across the floor. And he, readjusts the grip on his sword, and he comes swinging back at you again. He takes a leap at you and swings again with the bastard sword.
Well, I hope so. Wow. That was cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, you take a -2 defense. So yeah, so Lucas again, he hits you and kind of slashes on you, but it seems almost as if he's like holding back or something, like trying not to hurt you at all. And then it's your go.
Okay, so in the same momentum as I'm trying to not get hurt, I guess I have to attack first. Well, hopefully that works. Both those are good swings too.
Sorry, I was totally not paying attention.
Nice. Yeah. So while I'm still in momentum, I go to swing at him like diagonally in the air. But again, trying to avoid him, I just kind of hit at one of his arms.
So yeah, Lucas takes the hit again, and he goes flying back again, and kind of like he almost like hunkers down and like uses one of his hands to like drag across the ground a little bit and slow the speed he's going backwards. And he gets back up and he's like, all right, let me show you a new trick I picked up here recently. And he like flips you the bird, and then his hand, like the wrist, like kind of just like pops open and falls down, and he shoots at you with a hidden gun inside of his arm.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, that was great.
Yeah, and he hits you again. And you kind of like you deflect it. It doesn't like really like it's coming at you, but it doesn't pierce you or anything. You are able to like kind of knock it away with the like the hilt of your warhammer.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll go for my third attack and hope it hits. Probably not. Oh, I guess so.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. So I guess
Yeah, so
lightning round then.
you guys kind of just wail on each other. All of
That
you
was
have
a great roll.
all of this damage so far is 0 because you guys have enough DR to just mitigate all of it. So
Does he have
it's
4
really just
DR?
like a friendly spar. Yeah, he's 4 DR.
Wow, Lucas is buff.
It's because he's a cyborg. He took steel skin to
Oh.
give himself an extra one.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, lightning round. So you both will. Let's just treat this as like a parry. You're both gonna swing at each other, and whoever wins the two.
Is it
attack
unarmed
rolls.
strike or is it just a regular
Use
primary
your
attack?
attack. Yeah, use your attack.
Primary attack or just strength?
Your attack, like the weapon attack.
Oh, weapon attack. Look out.
Yeah, like
Oh,
the same way.
well,
You both get 15.
Yeah.
Lightning round, I guess.
Did you get a
Jeez.
+2 to your attack,
plus one.
or to your attack, or to your damage?
The damage.
That's what I thought.
Not. Oh, is it
Plus
to
1 to
damage?
damage. Yeah, it's damage.
Oh,
So
yeah, you're
so
right,
you
you're
guys both kind of just like cross blows, and it's just a pure stalemate.
good. It's nice.
So Lucas kind of resheaths his sword. He's like, I mean, if anything, that was a pretty strong showing from both of us there, I think.
And I agree. I say, you're very right. You pulled a couple quick ones on me. I wasn't ready for those.
Hey, thanks, Boy. Hey, you didn't do too bad yourself. Good spot.
Yeah. For sure. I look forward to seeing what you do in the future.
Hey, meet the friend. And he hands you a Capri Sun. And he's like, all right, let's get back to the benches.
Is it fruit punch or is it like tropical?
It's tropical punch, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Good
So I
stuff. Good job, Lucas.
I open the
Good
straw and pop it in. Start sucking on the Capri Sun.
Great.
All right, yeah, I say that both of them move on. Those are
Sick.
both pretty impressive. That's me and Ishmael.
All right, so we got a Abraham versus Maymay, question mark?
Yeah, I'm not interested in doing that. I'll concede her the win.
Okay, so you don't want to be in the tournament at all then?
No, wasn't planning on it.
Cool.
You can
Okay,
get a
cool.
devil fruit power. That's the grand
Now, you
prize.
could have just said that
Yeah.
a little bit ago.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, you could have just said that.
And then we could have
I
just
said
not done
that
this whole
at
thing.
the beginning.
I don't know.
Literally at the
I don't know
You
if
should have
that's
said
true.
it again.
I don't know if
You
that's
should have said it
true.
again.
Well,
I
I
didn't
did
know.
a
I
single
said it.
thing.
I
Nobody
said I'm not-
in the entire chat heard
You
my-
said I have no interest in being in the tournament.
No, I
Or
said
did
I'm.
you say,
I'm
like-
interest-
Some bullshit about like how I don't want to participate was pretty much what I heard. I didn't hear you say like I don't have any interest in being in the tournament.
Yeah, you got to be clear about it.
What do you think participate means?
Well, I just heard I don't
You
want to.
don't
I don't
know
want to
what.
be fun and
Participate
play
in what?
along. Okay, that's fine. So you don't want to be in the tournament. Easy enough. Then.
Cool. All right. Good night.
What time would you say it is right now?
10:30 or so after the quick spar with Lucas and the small amount of discussion.
I mean, if we're doing nothing else, I'm just gonna say to the captain, I say, hey Cap, I'm gonna go around the docks and see if I can get myself changed before the tournament. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna take a stroll around the docks and look out for somebody in particular.
Two.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't know, but somebody to change me back into a man would be nice.
You want somebody to come with you, so you don't get killed by rats again.
I touched my fingers. I thought you weren't gonna tell anybody, Cap. That was a secret.
Lucas is like, "Oh, what's this about rats?"
It's nothing, Lucas. There's You know what, Lucas? Why don't you come along with me?
Yeah,
You-
Lucas, go with him.
I don't know. It's been a long day for me. I've been training all day. I gotta get some rest.
I attempt to pick him up by his shirt and I kick him off.
All right, strength contest time.
D20 plus strength
D20 plus your
modifier.
strength modifier.
Jesus Christ.
Guess what's not happening? That. So yeah, so you try to pick Lucas up by the collar of his shirt, and he kind of just like kicks you in the nuts, and you fall to the ground. He's like, "Yeah, let's not do that. Like I said, I'm gonna get some sleep."
I say, all right, Lucas, you deserved it. And I motion to May May. I say, hey, May May, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I could really use a hand. Want to come along with me? Let's see if she was paying attention.
Seems that way.
I'm just gonna say that she's. Oh, there she is.
Hey, Kristen.
Yes.
Were you
Sorry.
listening?
I was talking to Maria. Sorry. Like
I
Maria
said-
just talked to me for a second.
I said, I could really use a hand walking along these docks in case I get attacked or anything. You want to come along with me?
Yeah, sure.
Great. And then I leave the ship with May May.
Cool. Baroque, Abraham, do you guys have anything you want to do, or are you just planning on crashing?
I can look for herbs again, but
No.
Yeah.
Wait, Aaron, where are we
I'm
going?
gonna say you
Oh,
failed to
oh,
find
yeah,
any
never mind.
earlier.
I know.
I'm out.
Okay.
Okay, so Dubby, no, nothing.
No, what?
Do you have anything that you want to do during this night still, or are you planning on just going to bed?
No, I'm just going to bed.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
So yeah, so Lucas, Baroque, and Abraham all hit the hay, and Koya takes May May with her to go and walk around the docks, looking for someone to do a gender change for her.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like 10:30. I'm gonna say you guys kind of loiter and walk around the docks for about an hour, hour and a half or so.
We talk about her pasts. I learn more
yeah.
about May May. She learns more about me.
Sure. Let's hear that.
I say to May May, it's like, well, May May, I may seem like a girl to you, and that might be nice, but in all actuality, I'm a male, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get turned back into a man. There's somebody here on the docks around midnight that can do such an action. But I guess I should tell you about myself, just because I don't know you, and again, you don't know me. I'm a fish man, and I grew up on what is the Koi Boy Island, way back when. And since I'm a fish man, whether you know or not, as a Kuja girl, I was a slave to the humans, and I had to work my butt off just as a young little fish boy. And it's been a really treacherous life. So when I meet new humans, I'm always a little bit hesitant. So you might see me act that way, and I might accidentally lash out at a human here and there, but don't be too alarmed. That's just me having terrible flashbacks. Tell me about yourself.
I got kicked out of my town actually because I wanted to be a pirate. So I ended up having to build my own boat and go set off on my own with Mr. Slithery. We have been on sea for just a couple of years together.
Wow.
And we ended up, yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Do you have any kind of backstory? I mean, other than that you got kicked off, what's your goal? You know, what made you want to become a pirate?
Oh, to be able to join a pirate ship and just like make new friends and stuff like that, like explore the sea. And yeah.
Well, all right, cool. I guess we continue to walk on.
Cool. Yeah, you guys discussed your past a little bit. Yeah, you kind of walk around. It's like midnight or so, and you know that the waiter at Gugino's had told you to find a man wearing a trench coat on the dock here at midnight. And as you're kind of walking around, you've just been kind of going back and forth like the main drag, just kind of waiting to see if there's any noteworthy silhouettes in the dark or anything. And as you're walking back one time, you do see a new figure just kind of standing there, looking forlorn out towards the open sea at the end of one of the docks.
Just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna roll a sense motive check against him.
You're not like by him yet. You're
Okay.
like you're on the
So I just
you're
see
on
him
like
from
the
far.
main street, and let's say he's like here or whatever.
Okay. I guess I approach him.
Oh, it doesn't seem like we've
Cautiously,
walked
like-
very much.
I put my hand out towards Mei Mei. I say, "Hold still, Mei Mei. Let's take this cautiously. That guy looks like he looks like an interesting figure." So we approach him casually, not casually, carefully.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that as we approach him, as potentially lights get more clear, maybe I want to roll a sense motive check.
Yeah. So as you walk up to him, did you say anything to him, or you're just walking up?
No, just walk up to him. I don't want him to be too alarmed, so I just want to make sure I know what the best way to approach him is.
Yeah. His back is turned to you, and he's kind of like looking out at the water. You don't really have any kind of idea what his motive is.
Okay, fair enough. I say I'm a couple of meters to his side, but close enough where he can hear me and see me from the corner of his eye. I also look out into the water, and I say, "Nice night it is tonight, huh?"
He's like, yeah, I guess you could say that.
I say I'm in an interesting predicament here, and I have a source or two that says you may be able to help me.
Oh yeah, who told you that?
Some feller at Quagino's Fine Italian Dining. You don't perchance know how to change genders, do you?
I might know something about that, and I hate to answer a question with a question, but how was the service at Quagino's? Did you tip your waitstaff?
Unfortunately, I didn't bring my wallet, but I'm sure that the dinner date I had tipped the waiter quite handsomely or beautifully, depending on how they want to identify themselves. But he was a very reliable man. I'm sure he tipped quite well. The service was excellent.
And the guy turns around, and you recognize the waiter from Quagino's, and he's like, "I'm glad to hear the service was excellent, but the tip was not."
I shocked. I say, "Why, Mr. Waiter, or Mrs. Waiter, or Miss Waiter, or Waiter?"
Yeah, I'm a guy. You just asked for my pronouns.
I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this. It must be like 2020 or something. I don't have that kind of vision.
Yeah,
I was born.
They're he, him.
Got it.
What are your pronouns?
Well, they are still he, him, but I greatly appear to be a she, her, and I need that to be changed
See,
back.
in my line of work, that's why it's so important to ask for pronouns. You know,
Right.
There's you'd be surprised how many times confusion in that very specific regard can lead to some unhappy customers.
That is
I see.
very nice of you to ask for the pronouns. It could have been a they, them, or anything like that. So very polite.
And then
Yeah, thank you.
I kick my foot on the ground and say, "Well, the thing is, I never asked, but okay." And I turn back to him and I ask, "I do apologize on behalf of my dinner date that you didn't receive a tip, and I begrudgingly
Apologize for yourself. You didn't tip me either.
I'm sorry, but I didn't bring any money. It was a dinner date that he said he was going to pay for, and I didn't think I had to bring any money. But
Oh, so it's not your responsibility then.
I put up a finger and I take out 200 belly and I say, I hope this at least makes up for part of it.
This
I
is
mean,
like
the service was great,
this is like nothing to me.
and I look back out into the water. And I say,
Just by the way, just a side note, to
Oh,
give a
yeah.
conversion for money, just so that everyone kind of knows what the conversion ratio is, like from dollars to belly.
"No, I have no
yeah,
idea."
so 100 belly is like $1.
Oh,
Well,
Just like Yan.
wow!
Justin,
Yeah, so
I mean,
you offered him
Aaron,
$2 and you were like, "Here you go. Does this make up for it?"
I see. Okay, so you're saying we all start off with like $1,000 that puts a little more perspective on things.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize, and I take out a 1,000 belly on top of that, and I give him 1,200 belly, and I say, I'm sorry. I guess from where I'm from, belly is treated differently. There's a high inflation rate on my old island, so I guess I'm not sure what new prices are like.
Yeah, I've heard that from many a bad tipper in the past. Don't make excuses. He's like, but I will take the money though.
All right, I'll deduct 1,200.
And he pockets the belly. He's like, all right, great, fresh slate. Nice to meet you. What are your pronouns?
They are he, him, and I like to keep them that way.
Great, mine also are he, him. Nice to meet you. I'm the waiter from Guigino's.
Nice to meet you, waiter from Wachino's. My name is Bakoya. Please turn me back to be Bakoy.
Yeah, I can help you out. So essentially, I have a connection with someone who does experimental kind of like surgeries and medical work, and he has been working on changing genders up and doing work on that. There have been a couple people in the past that have come to us, and we've been able to successfully change their gender over, and they're living very happy, healthy lives now. I could escort you to him. If you would like that work done as well. But it's not free.
Yep. So then I ask, I say, well, I never assumed it'd be free. I mean, it's a big task, it seems. How much money are we talking, and how long is it going to take?
How long do you have?
Well, we'd like to sign up for the tournament sometime tomorrow morning, I'm sure. So if this operation could potentially be done in like the next 6 to 8 hours.
Might be a bit of a rush job, but could be doable. How much money do you have?
I tell him I have 8,000 belly on me.
So you're asking me to do?
I get surgery for $80.
Yeah.
I say, hold on one second. Maybe let me check in my other pocket, and I
Just kind of sitting there, you just hear him mutter, "Cheapskate."
I tell him I have 150,000. Wait, no, that's not right. 15,000. Yeah, 15,000. That's the most I can do.
$150 for surgery.
I what do you want me to do? I don't have basically anything else.
He says, I mean, we'd be operating at a loss here, but he is in need of people to try this out on. Like I said, it's an experimental procedure, so I can't 100% guarantee that that you're not going to come into any kind of harm here during it.
I show him my third arm and say, I've already been through an experiment or two. I don't mind an extra one.
All right. Well, that sounds good to me then. It's a bit of a rush job, but I don't think he has anything else lined up tonight. We might be able to make it work. All right, we can do this. Give me the money up front so I can make sure it's authentic.
Well, of course. And I take it out and make sure I have it all bank face, and then I count it out myself. And I count, okay, cool, 15,000. I give it to him. I say, if you want to count that, you're welcome to.
Yeah, he counts it all, and he kind of like holds it up like in front of his eyes, like up at the moon, just to make sure that it's authentic and light's passing through the way it should or whatever. All right, and yeah, he checks it all out. He's like, all right, that's good to me, and he pockets it, and he's like, all right, you can come with me, but you gotta come alone. We can't have anybody else following us where we're going.
So I'll just say, okay, Bakoy, I'll be heading back to the boat then. Good luck.
I before she leaves, I turn to the waiter and I say, Mr. Waiter, sir, I'd like her to be my escort when I get out, just in case I'm not strong enough to get back on my own. Can you give us a location where she can stay, so I know where to go?
No, I can't do that. But she can tell me where she'll be, and I can bring her to a location where you'll meet with her later on. I can't disclose the location of the lab.
I will. I'll just come back out here in like about an hour. Will that be enough time?
No, no, this would be
Uh,
like an early tomorrow morning type pickup.
10 o'clock in the morning. Is that okay? Is that a good time?
It would be earlier than that. We'd probably be looking at like 8.
8. Okay. Yeah. I can be out here by 8.
Okay, yeah, just meet me back out here at 8, and I'll lead you to a place where you'll be.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see you guys in the morning then. And I'll just leave.
Wave goodbye.
I'll wave back as I'm leaving.
All right, so Meme walks off and goes back to the ship, and you and the waiter from Gugino's walk down the dock. And you kind of head down a couple side streets into a dark alley. It's like, so you said you've been experimented on before. What kind of stuff have you had done to you before in the past?
Well, I've there was a couple. You can argue that it was an experiment or not, but when I was younger, a lot of the humans, would throw rancid food at us to feed us, and kind of see what side effects we may develop, whether that was like nausea or diarrhea, stuff like that. But in recent times,
Real Nikola Teslas.
yeah, sure. And recently we were just at an island where I spun a magical wheel of fate and grew a third arm, and I got a little more dumber maybe. And I have this. Well, I got like 2 rings. So one of them was stolen, but like now I got a third arm, and now I don't know what to do with it. So I'm learning how that's supposed to work. And now, of course, I'm a female. That's a whole different experience. So I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
yeah, I just like to be back to somewhat of my former self if I can.
Well, hey, you know what? That's why we're here to help people just like you. And you're walking down an alley, and he's like, "All right," and you'll just head right in through there. And he gestures to a doorway in front of you.
I curtsy and say, "Thank you, Mr. Sir," and I walk in.
Okay. As you turn your back to him and you pull the door open, roll me a. Do you have like a perception check or something?
No sense motive. That's the best perception I have.
Uh,
Do you want me to roll that? Or spot? I have spot as well. I don't think perception's a
no, it's
secondary
not.
skill.
I know, but that's like basically what I want. Yeah,
Right.
I guess roll a spot. That's fine.
Okay.
No. So you don't even notice anything. You just kind of fade to black as you open the door.
What do I do?
You just kind of, your vision just blurs and fades to
Oh.
black.
That's
as
fun.
the door opens. All right, and we will cut there back to the rest of the crew the next morning.
Well,
No,
Kristen's
no.
at 8, right?
Yes, correct. May will
Well,
be.
she probably got like what, a full night's sleep? Does that mean she's fully healed then?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do full healing anymore. So the way that
Okay.
the way the rest should work actually is every day you'll have like a set amount of hit die that you have.
Okay,
Say
yeah.
it's like 3 hit die per day or whatever. And each hit die will like heal you for like, what is it, like 1d6 plus your character level. And you can use one of those hit die per short rest or 2 per long rest. So she'll probably heal back up to full, but yeah, she'll roll 2d6 plus 3.
I'll have to roll that.
Yeah.
That's 3d6.
Well, it's the 3 plus the 2d6. So yeah, she heals back to full. So Kristen's back at full HP.
Oh,
Oh,
so
did
I'll
she?
go out and go.
Did you?
She rolled 3d6 instead of 2d6.
Yeah, but it's like each one of them is plus 3. It doesn't matter. I mean, she goes back to like full health regardless. I think. Anyway, let me double check. Did you level your character, Kristen?
That's a good question, actually.
She did not
I
level
don't-
her character.
Well, that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff. It's what, 5 plus charisma modifier or con modifier, which
Yeah,
is
yep.
0. So she goes up to
Correct.
15 HP, level 3.
Yep, that sounds right. If she has, I think, 0 in her constitution.
And then So all primary and secondary skills go up by 1 rank.
Double checking.
Okay,
that.
so I'm going to head out and
Or is it all
just
just-
like wait for Aaron
Yeah.
or Bakor.
Yep. Aaron, if you can work on getting that all figured out for her,
Sure. I
uh,
mean, I don't have control of her character, but yeah, I can.
I can give it to you. Okay, a second. You can edit her character now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Chris or May gets up at 8 and she stands on the dock waiting for the waiter to show back up. And he just kind of like doesn't.
What happens?
Yeah. So May is waiting on the dock at 8 for the waiter to show back up, and he just doesn't show up.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep waiting for a little bit, like hoping that like maybe he's just like late or it took longer than 8 because you can't put an exact time on it. So
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock at this point. He still is nowhere to be found.
nice.
I don't know where to look for. Like, I'll just like go looking around the area, like the surrounding area, just looking. Maybe he got confused from like a different dock or something. I don't know.
Well, like look inside the houses or just like walk around?
I'll be walking. I won't go inside anyone's house.
Nice.
Learn my lesson.
Yeah, you walk around for like half an hour and you don't see anything of consequence. You don't see Bakoi anywhere, and you don't see any trace of him or the waiter from last night.
Okay, I'm going to go down to the boat and like tell everyone about it and see if like anyone can like just like help me look for him. Otherwise, like more than one person looking.
Okay, should do that.
Wait, is everyone awake or not?
No,
It's 9:30 and you're still asleep.
They're still asleep.
Late to bed, late to rise.
You went to bed at like 10:30.
Okay, I'm
Don't
gonna
patronize me.
wait. I'm gonna scream my head off.
Then do it.
Well, no,
Don't.
but
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, okay. So you like after an hour and a half of like waiting for Bakoi and looking for him and not finding him, you run back to the ship and you scream to try and like wake everybody on the ship up.
I shoot her in the foot. Out of instinct.
oh, because someone's screaming. Wow, you're gonna shoot him. Yeah,
Sorry.
that's nice.
You get out of your room and you run like up. To
Is she screaming? Is she not in the room?
No, she's like on the deck of the ship.
Okay, then yeah, I guess I'll just run up.
Yeah,
I'll
I
run
don't
up
think
and
you'd
I'll-
shoot
I'll
me out of
burst.
instinct.
Hey, Abraham?
And yeah,
No, I'm chilling.
Huh?
I'm chilling.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I mean,
Like, do you wake up?
elaborate.
Yeah, I'm in bed. I'm awake. I'm just vibing.
Oh, someone screams. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. that's fine.
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm just there.
That's the impression I'm getting. Is that you are just there.
So
Okay.
Justin just runs into the room. Is that all he does?
I don't
Just
run
stare
into
at
the
me?
room. I run out of the room and I go into the dock. And I do just stare at you. Yeah, I kind of like one of these looks. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and then Lucas kind of runs up too. He's wearing his like pajamas and sleeping cap, and he's got his vase in his hands. He's so kind of like bleary eyed. He's like, "Oh, what's going on?
Is he talking to me or Justin?
Well, I don't see anyone else here, so I must be talking to you."
Okay. Well, Bakoi went with this strange person last night. He told me to wait here for him this morning at 8 o'clock, and it's like 9:30ish right now, or 9, and he still hasn't come. So I was just hoping people like I was trying to wake everyone up, but I was hoping people could come and help me try and find him. Kind of worried.
I say, yeah, Lucas, go get A. Abraham. We'll send out a search party right now.
Yeah, okay. Lucas goes back to his room and deposits his vase. Then he heads over to Abraham's room, and he walks and he's like, "Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello."
I say nothing to that.
And he kind of walks up to you and he pinches your cheek. He's like, "Come on, little guy, get up. The sun's out. He wants to say hi to you."
I stand up and tower over Lucas.
Yeah, you do that. And Lucas is like, "Hi-ish."
I tell him not to call me that.
Hi, Ishmael.
I say hi.
Well, I don't know if you heard the news or not. You probably didn't all the way down here. Bok Koy, it looks like maybe got abducted last night.
I say who?
You know, the big fish man, woman, person that's been that's a member of our crew.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. May May thinks that he might have got kidnapped last night. So we're gonna try and see if maybe we can find him.
I say you keep saying we.
Yeah, that's why I bothered to come down here and include you. It's kind of like an all hands on deck type of thing.
Yeah, I go up deck. I don't say anything else to him. I just go up deck.
Okay, he follows behind you and he kind of tries to hold your hand.
That does not work at all.
I meet him at the door and I go, we got to get to the chopper. And I said, remember like from Terminator?
I remember.
I don't know what you're
So then I
talking
said-
about.
And then I said, go get to the chopper. And I was trying to use the same move I tried on Lucas, but I grab him by his shirt and I kick him
Who?
on A. Abraham.
Oh, that'll end great.
Okay. Strength contest.
This has to be a
you
joke.
already lose.
This has to be a joke.
That is 3D1.
3 in a row.
Yeah, maybe stop trying to assault your crewmates. This is karma. I don't feel bad for you even a little bit. Yeah, so I mean he doesn't even need to roll. Yeah, so you try to grab
Okay,
a
no, this is
Abraham
rigged.
shirt. It's so not.
Okay.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, I know.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad for you. So you try to grab a Abraham shirt and kick him, and instead he kicks you and sends you flying away again.
Fun fact:
Okay, that's fine.
the chances of rolling 4 ones in a row is 1 in 160,000.
Good at what I do. I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, everybody's up on deck. Captain, what's the plan?
All right. So
Why didn't you ask me?
I'm gonna go in parties of 2 and parties of 2. I will take May May, and we will
Good.
go search the lower part of the island. Lucas and
Hold
A.
up.
Abraham, since you two are best friends, you two will search.
I mean,
The
that
top
only
of
makes
the
that
island.
only makes sense. We are best friends, so
And then
I'd like to say something though.
at high noon, when the sun is in the middle of the sky, we'll meet up in the middle. And like if you find him or you got any leads, just keep going to that. We'll find you. Okay. And then I go, everybody hands in.
well, wait a second, Cap. I think Mimi had a question. I got one too.
And say it.
Well, I'll wait my turn. May, what did you have?
I'd just like to say that look out for a sketchy building because he didn't want to tell me because he said that it would say something like he said that it would the building looked sketchy and he did I don't know how to explain it, but the building's sketchy. That's it. That's all I'm guessing.
As your DM, I'm gonna say that was never said.
it was never said. He just said, "I'm not going to disclose the location."
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, because I feel like, but that means it's going to be like a sketchy location. It's going to be like between places.
I feel like it
It's
would
a
be the
guess.
opposite of that. I think. If you're trying to not draw attention to yourself, you're not gonna have a sketchy building.
Like it could just be like a ramen noodle storefront, and then the basement is the laboratory.
Yeah, like this Pizza Hut that stored kids in the
Yeah.
freezer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So anyway,
Okay, so what does Lucas have to say then?
yeah,
I say to May, I say no to.
Well, I know we were planning on heading to register at the arena here at 10. I mean, are we delaying those plans? What's going on?
I take Lucas by the shoulder. I say, "Wake up, man! There are more pressing matters to be had."
And he like looks to the left and he sees like an iron board. He's like, I mean, we can do that whenever. Like, I don't think we need to iron anything right now, Cap. Because like pressing.
yeah, pressing matters. Yeah, I got it.
I
that
call
was-
him a little scamp.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, so I don't know. Keep going. Go on, and then me and May lead.
yeah. Lucas turns to Ishmael. He's like, all right, Ish, you ready to team up and really do some super sleuthing?
Yeah, I say nothing. I head the direction of the bar.
Yeah, Lucas trots behind you and tries to grab your hand again.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna.
Okay, so I'll just have everyone roll a gather information check. I'm not gonna do a whole like search thing. Everyone just roll gather information.
Or even search.
Yeah, if you have search, roll search for sure.
So what do we have to roll?
Search.
Search or gather information. Or
I'm
just
sure you have
D20
one
if
of
you
those
don't have
three.
either.
Balance claim.
Then I have to roll for Dougie.
Okay, that's the only good one.
Yeah, Abraham is the only one that finds anything. Yeah, so I'll say that. Well, okay. So
What did I roll?
you got a
24.
24.
Right, I guess you can't see it.
Yeah, you got a 24. I'm gonna say that you head towards the bar, but you don't actually go into the bar. You and
How would I
Lucas-
have a here, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I go into the bar. And I
Alright.
go to the.
And,
ask him-
we'll cut to after you get out of the bar. Because
Okay.
you're not gonna find anything about this in that bar. Let me tell you.
Well, I was gonna ask the barkeep if you know anything. You know,
Oh.
they hear things. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, he doesn't. We'll skip to when you're outside the bar.
Whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, you and Lucas are searching around the bottom half of the town, just looking through back alleys and stuff. And I'm gonna say that you find a scrap of Bakkoya's clothing that she was wearing in an alley.
Who's Allie?
Yeah, her name's Ali Gutierrez. Really cute.
Got it.
Okay, I mean, Abram, you got anything to say here? You just found a clue.
There's so many
Uh,
things you can say.
Yeah, let's think. Well, I find it and I say to Lucas, "What's over there?"
Where? And he's looking around.
And I sprint as fast as I can away from it.
Hey, wait! And he chases after you.
I like to roll a strength check to see if I'm faster than him.
That would be a dex check, but yeah, we could do that. Your dex mod is 2. And Lucas's is 3. You'll be the first
2d20.
roll.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you won.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around the corner and I don't know,
take a strange sort of set of turns until I'm much ahead of him and he doesn't know where I am.
Yeah, so Lucas is chasing after you, and he turns the corner and realizes that not only does he not know where you are, he doesn't know where he is. It's like, where am I? I'm just a young boy lost in the city by myself. I don't know where to go. Where is home? And he's kind of just like walking around, lost and forlorn.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna I guess go back to the ship.
Okay. May, Justin, you guys didn't find anything in your search. You kind of looked around, didn't find anything. I assume you're just gonna go back to the ship afterwards.
No, I main place was in the middle. In town hall.
He did say the middle. Like on the
I'm
old
going to
Georgia
go
line.
back to the ship.
Wow,
I'm
that's a
gonna
lot
go
of
back to the ship.
coordination with the team.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
I mean, what? I'll go to the middle. It really doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are all back here in like the Lucas.
Hey, by
Lucas
the way,
is
I have a question.
lost.
Well, Chris is at the ship.
Yeah, Chris is at the ship, and two of you guys.
Well,
are...
you're also at the ship. You said you were going to the ship too.
No, I said I'm going to the middle.
Well, he said he was going to the ship, and then he changed his mind.
Okay.
Hey, I have a question.
What?
So Mom was thinking about going down the street, and like, we're just going down to Eva's, and we're gonna go get some lemonade that she's selling really quick. Could you guys like maybe just like not use me in a scene just till I get back? Is that possible?
You're in a scene right now.
These are pre-existing plans, like you knew.
Yeah, you knew we were going to be
We're doing
this.
Just ask her to say hi for you.
Okay. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, you knew this was happening. You're already hanging out with a friend. Let's like try and put any amount of attention towards this.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So yeah. So you guys, you and Abraham meet up here in the center of town. So do.
Say, hey, thanks for being the only one who listened. Hey, Abraham, what did you find?
I tell him I found a piece of Fishman's clothes in an alley Gutierrez.
Did you pursue it any further?
Nope.
Great. Where'd you find it at?
I just told you.
Let's head back. Then we go back. I go back. I mean, I guess Devin, are you coming with as well
You don't know where it is.
to show me where? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'll do
Let's
that.
say, let's go. What do you do?
Yeah, I'll
cool. We go back. Where is that?
All right. So yeah, you guys head back to the alley. Kristen left. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So you guys head back to the alley, and you find the alley. Gutierrez.
Right. I show him the spot where I found the cloth.
Okay, where's that at?
What?
He can't show you on the map if that's what you're requesting.
Yeah, where?
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
I'm asking Joe where it's at.
It doesn't matter where it is.
So it's somewhere that he pointed
Yeah,
out.
where did you find the cloth at?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, your audio is awful.
Yeah.
You're
internet
also
connection.
you've also
Okay,
like your
so I
video is
guess like
frozen.
I try and gather more information there.
Uh-huh. Couldn't hear any of that.
He said he's trying to gather more information.
Yeah. What? Me?
What?
Yeah, earlier your video's still
Yeah, I
frozen,
mean,
but your
I'm
audio.
on my hotspot. Yeah, I'm on my hotspot. This is the best we got here, man.
All right. So
Yeah, my video, if I pull it up, my screen goes black. So I'm not worrying about the video. This is the best Wi-Fi we have. This is my hotspot.
You sound like a speak and spell. This is like truly terrible.
Yeah, he's
No,
gone.
He's gone.
All right.
He gone. All
And
right.
Chrissy's back. Back in roll 20 at least.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Well, my goal going into this was like to like make some progress in the story and kind of get stuff done. And it seems as if the opposite of that has happened so far.
yeah, I guess I just wanted to get the gender change done and over with because I didn't want us to just forget and leave the island. And it's like, well, all that gathering information was for nothing. But I didn't realize it was going to be this big of a kerfuffle.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't expect anyone to even really bat an eye to you disappearing. I thought everybody would kind of just like keep doing their own thing.
Yeah,
I tried.
that's true.
Like, care.
You were the most the character.
But no, you had to make fun of me, so now here I am. On a tangent.
Welcome back.
Nope, still on it.
I wasn't
All right.
talking to you, but okay.
Yeah, Justin's back.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are here in the alley. Abraham's shown you where he found it. What happens?
Yeah, so I investigate further. I try and gather more information in just that area, just that alley.
Okay, do it. Yeah, you can see what looks to be like as you look at where like the cloth was, you can see like a syringe on the ground as well, like an empty syringe.
I'm missing.
So
Really
my
cool.
nose is to the ground, my butt is in the air, and I'm sniffing it, and I hit the syringe. Yeah, so I pick it up, and then I asked Devin to do a investigation on it, because I know he identified the pills earlier. So I think he has
He
the skill
has
for that.
appraise.
Praise, yeah. I asked him to appraise the syringe.
I think he has appraise anyway. Did he roll just a D20 minus 1?
I think I rolled gather information last time for the pills.
I think you.
Well, then
you might
I
have done a
could've just done
D20
that.
minus 1 actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just do a D20 minus 1.
Okay. Amazing.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah, so you don't have a clue what it is, and in fact, you drop and break the syringe.
Perfect.
That's great.
All right, I followed the alley down. I guess I keep walking down the alley.
It's a dead end.
Are there any doors or graffiti or?
Yeah, there's a couple doors. Some of them lead to houses. Some of them lead to what is probably a business or something.
Any warehouses?
Nope. It's just like an alley, like in a street.
I'm gonna roll a gather information.
Okay.
This scene in particular.
Not too great.
Yeah, you crit fail as well. You have no idea.
I go, huh?
Well, I guess that's over.
If only we had a dog and a man with curly hair, curly shaggy hair.
What color shirt does he wear?
Green, of course.
Of course, right?
Long
This is
khaki
Shrek.
pants.
Okay. Maybe Shrek in a business suit.
Yeah, so man, I guess I'll do I have climb? I'll tell Devin to climb.
So
I have fine.
Get up.
You have climb.
Oh, I also have climb, so I'll also climb.
Okay. So I have him will roll climb as well. He gets up there.
The computer died. Okay. Yeah. So did you request it in, or
Yeah, she's already.
She's
in.
already
okay?
in.
Then yeah, Aaron's gonna see it.
I already saw it.
Yeah, Abraham climbs up on top of the building.
Okay, I don't. So I asked him, "What do you see up there?"
I turn and look because I have not a chance to look yet. So what do I see? Well, actually, I'm gonna pick out my spyglass. I'm gonna use that to look.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, you see the city. You're just on top of a building in the city. You see more of the city.
Thing peculiar.
Yeah, I tell Justin that.
Then I say anything peculiar.
Yeah, from the high vantage point that you're at now, you can see a bunch of green umbrellas that are, out across one of the streets in the city. And from the vantage point that you're looking at, they look like a mystery mark.
Huh?
I think to myself, that's probably nothing.
So Baroque yells, what do you see, Abraham? And you say,
The city, but higher up.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna try
I'm
and
gonna-
use a summon.
Yeah, I'm gonna examine the roof. Tell me if
Yeah. Well,
it's a roof, all
he does
right.
that, I'm gonna just summon.
he has any skylights or chimneys or anything like that, or
Nope, sure is just a roof.
is it flat? Is it slanted? Is it a triangle? Is it
It's flat.
what kind of a building is it?
Brick.
No, I mean, what's its purpose? Church? House?
No, it sells bricks.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna try and summon something, Justin?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do an animate drawing.
Roll animate drawing.
Well, I'm gonna try and pick who I want. I think I'm gonna go for a bird. So just a small
Okay.
little information gather. I don't know if I had really
Okay.
good luck with rolls
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, you animated all right.
You definitely did.
Perfect.
So luck's
What is
equaling
it?
out.
What shape is it? It's like a raven. Is it a-
I can show you
songbird.
what the bird looks
songbird?
like.
Yeah, it's like a small songbird. It's like
what
no
song
bigger
is it
than like
singing?
2 of my fingers. Blackbird by the Beatles.
It looks like this.
Little bird. Little bird. And then yeah,
Where is it?
like Fiona did in that Shrek thing. I'm gonna talk to the birds through whistle. I'm gonna go,
Oh, I know. I see it.
and he's gonna fly away.
Okay. So
Okay.
the bird is just flying around being a bird.
Yep. And then I'm gonna information gather for the bird.
Yeah, it doesn't find anything.
It doesn't see the question mark.
It doesn't know. It has no conceptualization of what a question mark is.
I talked to you about this. I told you that I'd be using the small stuff for information gathering. You're like, that's cool.
Yeah,
Why
for
would I
sure.
summon-
Like,
why would I summon it?
is there a person in this room? Like, not like, tell me about the punctuation that you see throughout the city.
I think they're like similar.
It's a bird.
It's not real, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, by the same logic, the bird couldn't recognize someone in a room and then tell me afterward. Like, it's just like does the bird have a brain?
It would recognize that there is like a living thing inside the room. It's not.
Yeah,
gonna
but
know
how would
what,
it know?
It's not going to know the
tell me? Like, it's not
significant
gonna
one. It's not going to
recognize,
know what
like,
any
oh,
punctuation
yes, master,
is.
This is a peculiar human in a room. No, it's just gonna be like,
Yeah, it wouldn't do that either, bud. It would be like, hey, tell me if there's
Christ.
somebody.
Okay,
in
so
there.
I have
It
a
would come
bird
back.
now. I have a bird, I guess. I guess
Yeah.
I'll stick my thumb up my butt and just sit there. That's my plan.
Yeah, the bird's not omniscient. My bad.
Anyway, I get down off the roof. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thumb's still on my butt. You're doing what you
I-
want.
For smoke, and I head towards the question mark.
Okay. Yeah, you walk out of the alley and you can kind of see Lucas like stumbling around like the green
I go
umbrellas
right
that are in the street.
I go right back in the alley. I kind of peek out a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of just like turning in circles. He's like, Ishmael, where am I?
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Can I find like a can I roll like a search check or something? See if I can find like a rock or a small stone on the ground.
Yeah, I'll roll you a spot.
Nice.
Yeah, you find a rock.
I take it and I throw it the opposite direction of where I'm going to be going.
Okay. Let me roll you a ranged attack
Yeah.
Not
see
as-
how far he throws it.
just to see how well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
So you throw it the opposite direction where you're planning on going, and it hits like a table that is under an umbrella there. And Lucas turns towards it. He's like, Ishmael, guys, guys, and he starts walking towards the noise.
Yeah, I walk the other direction. Towards
Uh,
Scum-
do you have hide? Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll a hide.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Christ.
these are all double
Ah.
digits. So I mean, it's all good.
Yeah, you're hiding well. He doesn't notice you.
Okay, great. So I like to be past him now. Rolled 4 times to get away from Lucas.
He's actively looking for you. So like, yeah. Yeah, you have solved my Lucas puzzle. Yeah, he didn't see you. You got out of the street.
Yeah. I'm spending all of my good rolls right now. You know, that's
Right.
This
Yeah.
is what's important. Yeah. God forbid Lucas sees you.
so yeah, I go towards the question.
Yeah, so there's just a bunch of green umbrellas. They're just set up like in tables. It's like outdoor dining.
Dining for what?
Just different restaurants on the street.
What
Not
restaurant?
the finest dining, right?
Yeah, there's like a fried lizard place. Selling fried lizards. There's like a vegetarian place. Got like a bunch of like vegetarian, like vegan stuff. There's other restaurants. I'm not gonna list out all the restaurants. There's others.
Are there any seafood places?
Yeah.
I go there.
Okay. Yeah. You walk up to the seafood place, and there is like a round, like very red man wearing like a tall, like stovepipe style, like chef's hat. And he is just dripping sweat. He's got like a handkerchief and he's like dabbing his face all over the place. And he's just like seems like he's just overheating. He's like, how can I help you?
I say I'd like some whale. How do you cook it?
Sashimi.
Sure. I'll take that. How much?
That will run you at 2,500 daily.
Absolutely not. I asked him if he had. Well, okay. You know what? Fuck it. Sure.
So he motions and he's like, come on, we have an order for a whale sashimi. And this guy comes out, he's like, oh hello, I will prepare for you whale sashimi. And he starts cutting up a piece of whale he's got there.
And I kind of motion the big fat guy to come towards the window.
He walks up, he's like, yes.
I say, know any kidnappers? And I can or something here.
No, I don't know any kidnappers.
What did I roll?
Oh, for what?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh. I don't know, dude. I think it's just like a question. I mean, like, what are you wanting to roll? Are you just asking him that or what?
Yeah. Like I don't know, diplomacy or like a sense motive maybe to see if I know who's lying or not? Or
I'm gonna say you guys have already gathered information 10 times each. So like in the search that you've done throughout the city, I'm gonna say that you asked people, and no, nobody knew anything.
okay. I follow that up by asking, has anybody ever ordered the whale sashimi here?
You would be the first. We've been waiting for a special customer like you.
I ask him where he sources the whale from.
Directly from the offices of QVC, of course.
I tell him I'm a Freemium Plus member.
Oh, congratulations! I am one myself as well. It's the finest place for quality veteran certificates.
I ask them if they do any promotions for Freemium Plus members, to keep my business here.
Nope.
Wow, what a value for the money.
Well, we can't use the QVC name willy-nilly. I mean, come on, that's a huge name in the veteran certificate industry. We can't just be throwing their name on our menu.
Yeah, okay. Can I receive the whale sashimi now? Don't tell
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Yeah, and they serve it up to you. It's like a big old plate, like bigger than your head.
Great. I sit at the umbrella that makes up the dot of the question mark,
Mm.
and I start eating.
Okay. Baroque?
I'm still in my house.
Okay. Wow. My bird doesn't know English. It's not an English teacher. It doesn't know punctuation. All right, moving on. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I could keep walking around, just keep walking around aimlessly. I mean, I gather information 10 times, right? So, I mean, I can walk. I'll walk. Can't ask questions. So, yeah, I'll walk. I mean, like I got my hands tied here. Like, my bird is stupid. You said I can't ask questions.
Your bird is a
information
bird.
gathered. So, like, what do you want me to do? Like, that's all I can do, really. Like, I can find Lucas. I'll walk around. Maybe I'll find Lucas. But like, yeah,
I mean, he was right outside the alley.
Right, yeah.
sure,
If
yeah.
you
I'll
walk out,
walk
you'll see-
around. I'll walk around. I'll find Lucas, and I can talk to Lucas.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So you walk out, you see Lucas. He's still turning around in circles, and he sees you poke your head out, and immediately he like zeroes in on you, and he runs over to you as quickly as he can. He's like, "Cap, have you seen Ishman? I lost
That
him."
way. That way.
Huh? Where?
That
He's like-
way.
he's looking where
Oh.
you're pointing.
You don't know where I went.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same alley you were in. I'm pointing right towards him. That way.
Yeah. Lucas sees him. He's like, "Thanks so much, Cap," and he runs
problem.
over to Ishmael.
Yep, I keep walking, start whistling. Me and my
Oh, well.
bird.
Can I roll a hide?
You can roll hide. Yeah.
I mean, you are just sitting underneath an umbrella eating whale sashimi.
Alright, so you roll hide. Roll. Okay. We'll go with your first roll, which is a 7. Lucas sees you. You try. You hear him and Baroque talking, and you kind of see someone running your direction. You hurriedly try to duck under the table so he doesn't see you, but he sees you move your legs up and stand up a little bit to try and get off from where you're sitting on the bench at the table. And he's like, Ishmael, hey, it's me. How did we lose each other? Hey, buddy, right over here. It's Lucas. And he runs up to you and sits down next to you at the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue eating my sashimi.
Boy, that looks good. How is it?
I tell him it's bad.
Yeah, I kind of just said it looked good to be nice. It looks like it's mostly fat.
Yeah, that's a whale.
It looks like you're kind of just eating a plate of fat.
No, I am.
Raw fat.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Man, what happened back there? We got all turned around. I don't know. Somehow you must have lost me. What happened back there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say nothing to that.
Well, you know what? Hey, all that matters is the two best friends are back together again.
Is that? What
Yeah, I mean, we're right here.
yeah, is that all that matters?
It's all that matters to me, buddy.
I tell him I'm not his buddy guy.
Well, I'm not your guy, pal.
Fine.
Okay. Yeah, so Lucas is like, well, I saw the cat back there. Did you have a chance to talk to him? Did anybody find anything? Where's May at? What's going on? I feel like I missed a lot here.
Tell him I'm not sure what he missed.
Makes two of us then.
All right, well, I guess we'll never know.
All right. So yeah, so Lucas is just sitting there kind of in silence watching you eat this whale fat. All right, bro.
Do I get any buff or anything for eating?
Yeah, give yourself one temporary hit point.
How would I do that?
I guess you cannot. I will do that. All right, you have one temporary hit point now.
Perfect. I mean, I guess I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't know what to do.
I mean, it's really up to the captain.
I can't do anything.
You're
I
literally
can't
the
do
captain.
anything. Yeah, what do you want me to do? Like, Devin didn't tell me where the thing was. Couldn't climb up there. Bird can't see anything. Can't ask questions. Like, found Lucas. Go back to the ship? I could go back to the ship. How about that?
Okay, so you're gonna gather the crew and go back to the ship, or what's the game plan?
Yeah, I'll go back. I'll get May back out. I'll see what she can do. I don't know if is Kristen back on yet.
I mean,
Yeah,
she
she's
is here.
here.
Whether she's gonna respond, I don't know.
I'm here.
Great.
Yeah, so I'll go back to the ship with Chrissy and tell her to start gathering information.
She already wrote gather information earlier. All of you. Remember, Abraham was the only one who succeeded. That's why you found something.
Why do I have to turn my video on?
So what's the plan, Stan?
I mean, it's the captain's decision.
I don't know what you mean. The cap. It's not my decision. I can do. What can I do? You got me by the balls here. Like I can. Kristen knows some stuff, but like, there's no way I can insinuate asking her. Like, oh, was this guy the waiter? Because I don't know that. So that's a dead end. The syringe is gone. Can't climb up the alley. I have no other leads. Devin's the only one with leads, but he doesn't want to say anything. So like, I got two people with leads, but if they don't want to tell me, I can't make them tell me, especially if I don't know that they know. So it's not the captain's decision. My resources are exhausted. It's pretty much up to those two.
I mean, what the crew does is your decision. I mean, you guys have hit a dead end with the search is. I mean, you have to keep searching.
Also, like, I don't know how big of a lead the question mark is. There's nothing of interest. And you can't.
It literally
Yeah, I
means
mean,
nothing.
we'll never find out. Yeah.
Plus,
I mean,
have
it's
you even
fine.
asked Chrissy if she knows any leads? I mean, you
No,
asked, you haven't exhausted
because
all
why would I ask her that?
because
she
maybe
would just tell
she
me,
caught who
like-
he went out with, right? Who I went out with.
Yes, but I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that she like caught his face. Like that's something she should tell me, but she didn't. So
She can at
I'm
least
gonna
say
trust her.
where I was like last seen.
yeah.
That's
So
important information.
Let's go to the. I know where you last seen. You're at the dock. We already searched the dock.
Do we know you're gonna go get a?
We did the gather information.
Yeah,
already.
he told
Yeah.
everybody last night that that's what he was planning on doing.
That is true.
Okay, I'd like to.
We already
Let me
searched the dock.
No, let me think.
There's the island.
I'd like to go to QVC.
Okay, sure. Are you telling people that's where you're going, or you're just gonna kind of get up and head there?
Sure, I'll tell people I'm going to Q.
Okay.
And I'd like to go
I'll
to
go to the
the.
police station.
Okay. I'd like to go to the Freemium Plus desk.
Okay. Yeah, you'll go up to the Freemium Plus desk, and there's a girl there. She's like, "Thank you for coming to QVC Freemium Plus. How can I help you?"
I ask if the concierge service is still available.
Oh, of course. All of our Freemium Plus members enjoy concierge service here.
Yeah, I ask them if they know anybody for sex change.
Let me check. Sex change. No, I'm not turning anything up.
Okay.
Are you in
Okay,
need of
so
any
I'll-
kind of veteran certificates?
What that is. But you
You
feel free
know,
to. Yeah, what is it?
when you retire.
I don't know.
Oh, well, when you retire, you're what we would call a veteran.
Yep.
And sometimes there's no good way to prove that, right? Someone could say, you're probably still working part-time. And so how can you know? Here at QVC, we sell the most quality certificates of authentic veteran status. So if anyone questions you, you can prove them and say, hey, nuh-uh, see here, look, I don't work at all anymore.
What kind of proof do you need to get one of those?
We would just need to follow you for like a good week to make sure you're not working.
Okay.
Okay, you want us to follow you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can get that set up for you.
Okay.
How many people would you prefer to have following you?
What's the max amount?
Let's see here. Are we doing it this week or are we scheduling it for a future week?
Well, let's see. I am going whaling. When? Tomorrow?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
I'd like it to start tomorrow for them.
The most that I could dispatch here, short notice this week, would be 5 people.
Fine.
Okay, and we'll get them set up. Where should they meet you?
That's their problem.
Fox hunt. The boys love those.
Yeah.
All right, the hunt is on, Mr. Ishmael.
Yeah, this is free, right?
Huh?
Money? Dinero?
Yeah, it would just be added to the recurring charges in your Freemium Plus membership.
Well, there's currently none of those.
None that you know of.
Right. I also don't have an account.
No, you opened up an account when you made a purchase with us in the past.
Yeah, is there any money on it?
No.
Okay. Well, I'd like to leave it that way.
Okay, great. Well, hey, the hunt is on, and we will have them start following you sometime here in the next day.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that's all the questions I had for the QVC concierge.
Fair enough. Okay, Baroque was going to the police station.
Yeah, I put a mustache on, like one of those glasses and mustache get-ups with
Sure.
chalk. And then I walk in, and I file a missing person report.
Okay, we'll skip the whole dialogue there just because I don't want to do another voice. Yeah, you put in a missing persons report. Are you putting it in for male or female Buckcoy?
Both.
Both.
And if they ask me to choose a side, I say, who do you think you are?
Okay, sure. Yeah, you put missing reports, missing persons reports in for both of them.
And I put up a. Do I have to front the bounty? Like, I don't think I would, but
What do you
can't
mean?
imagine the police would. Like, find this person, get blah blah blah. Like an incentive. Would I have to front that?
The police have no incentive in finding it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I would have to front that, right?
What do you mean front that? Do you mean you're giving money
An
to
incentive,
the police?
yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I
like a
mean,
reward. A reward.
in like a lost dog scenario, you would just pay the person like if and when they find your dog and reach out to you. I assume this is much the same.
Okay, then I'm done.
Okay. Yeah.
I
So yeah, I'll just say that everybody meets back up at the ship after that. QVC, nothing happened. You got the missing persons reports put in at the police station. Lucas is like, it looks like we didn't really get too much progress here on this whole thing. I don't know if do you think Bok Koi can handle himself out there?
Nope.
Nope. Died to 2 rats.
So this, I mean, with that being the case, this might not be the biggest surprise that he's disappeared like this, but it definitely is not. It doesn't bode well, I don't think. He was gonna be one of our entrants in the tournament. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need someone to replace him now.
Lucas.
He looks meaningfully at Ishmael.
Tell him I'll see how my training goes.
Speaking of the tournament, Cap, are we still
Okay.
registered for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna register for the tournament. I'm just gonna put Ishmael down. Well, we need the whole crew there. Is Kristen with us at this point, right?
Yeah,
Or we're
I'm
at the
gonna
ship?
say everybody's back at the ship. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I say Ishmael, you're gonna be in the tournament.
All right. Just in the interest of saving time, we're gonna just leave the ship and we're just gonna say everybody's going to the arena to register for the tournament here today. It's like midday at this point. I'll say it's like 3-4 o'clock after you've searched like all morning basically to try and find Bok Koi and not really turning anything up. It's like 4 in the afternoon now, and you're heading over to the arena as a crew to register for the tournament.
Yeah. So we do that.
Yeah, so so you're walking up to the arena, and I had a funny bit that I was gonna have this guy do earlier, and I forget what it was. It doesn't matter. Anyway, you see a guy standing there at a table in front of the arena, and he's got like some sign-up sheets there on the desk in front of him, and he's got a roster for the upcoming tournament. And he sees you guys walking up. He says, "Hey, welcome, welcome. Do we have another pirate crew here wanting to try their luck and enter the tournament to become the next successor? Step right up."
Can I see the roster real quick?
Sure, yeah.
Roster.
Yeah, I'm happy to show you our
Who we got?
roster. On the roster so far, it looks like we have a few different pirate crews that have registered for the tournament here. Where's that? There it is. Yeah, we have 5 different crews so far that have registered. The rules for the tournament are quite simple. Only pirate crews can register. The captain will have to participate along with 3 other members of his crew. So it is 4 entries per crew. It looks like we already have 5 crews entered, so there remains 1 slot still available here in the final bracket. So total, it would end up being 24 entrants, and then it would be a bracket divided, single elimination rounds until there is 1 left standing at the end.
Is it a 4-on-4 fight, or is it 1-on-1?
They are 1-on-1 fights.
I'm
So
gonna
would
ask
captain
you
go against
as
captain and then
our-
crew against crew, or would it switch up?
It's randomly decided. The
Gotcha.
crews that are currently entered, we have the Clapback Pirates, captained by Captain Vixen. We have the Manifest Destiny Pirates, captained by Adolphius Cumberbund. And we have the All-Seeing Pirates, captained by Glass Eye Cruises. The Blood Diamond Pirates, captained by Mako Masamune. And the Salvation Pirates, captained by Jack Lancer.
Who was the Manifest Destiny? No,
His name is Adolphius Cumberbund.
Let me ask you as our friendly DM, is that a max? Everybody entered 4 people, or like someone could always just enter like
It's a minimum
just
and a maximum.
okay, got it. Required.
4 is the required number of participants.
Did you plan for Aaron to be abducted?
I don't know. Should I? Yes, I did.
Great.
Because he did not know what he wanted his training arc to be, and so I had an idea for his training arc. This is part of that.
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah, so I started registering.
Okay.
So I go through all the paperwork.
So you guys are looking to enter the tournament then? What can I ask is the name of your crew?
We got the Chalk Talk Pirates.
No, you're not. You're the Just Dust Pirates.
Oh yeah. Excuse my French. The Just Dust Pirates.
Your French has been pardoned. Okay, great. And what are the names that I am taking down? Who is the captain of the crew?
So the captain is Barack Obama.
Thanks, Obama. And who are the members that you'll be entering as your 3 crewmates?
Yeah, so I've got Lucas Ropist.
Okay. And what is his
I have
his fighting style?
he's a swordsman.
Okay.
I have Ahabrahan Zinzari.
Okay. And what kind of combat does he specialize in?
He's a specialist. Goes for like staff work.
Okay.
He's kind of all around. And then I've got Mimi.
And what does she specialize
I think Devil Fruit. I don't think she has a weapon.
Which is
in? Okay.
but-
Sure. I can just mark her down as a Devil Fruit user. All right.
Yeah.
So the rules of the tournament are quite simple. Combat will be done 1v1. It'll be one-on-one matchups. Like I said, randomly decided. It'll be your standard kind of bracket tournament. So whoever wins each match will advance to the next round and higher up in the bracket. And this will continue until we have 6 finalists. And then from there, the matches may change. The arena that you'll be fighting in will be an arena that can change into different forms. And I won't spoil too much of that for right now. You'll find out more about that when the tournament starts.
I'm not.
I do also want to say, just as a sort of an aside, my phone is probably going to die here in the next, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. I can't charge it because, like I said earlier, my thing that connects into the wall does not work. So
You only have one.
I have, yes, you can ask Justin. I've had one for a while. I just have one. Use it for my laptop, use it for my phone.
Ever thought about getting like a power surge?
Yeah. Have you considered buying more than one?
Well, not what you call a rich man.
I would beg to differ and watch me beg.
Make more money than I do. Okay. That's kind of a bummer.
Just letting you know, so it's not a surprise when I abruptly am out of Zoom.
Whatever happened to your power pack? Like your power pack.
Yeah.
I know you have
My-
that. I have the
My
same
friend
one.
Abby borrowed it because her weed pen that wasn't working with hers, but it worked with my power bank. So I lent it to her and she's never given it back.
Classic Ellie.
Abby.
Abby.
Same difference. Okay, sure. So yeah, so he's like single elimination, bracket tournament, arena changes, all this stuff. The tournament will start in exactly 3 weeks' time as of today. So once the tournament starts, all entrants will come into the arena and there will be separate like holding rooms for participants when they are in between matches. As victors and losers are decided, they will be going to different locations throughout the arena as well, based on the results of their matches. As you know, the grand prize is the leadership of this fine island nation of ours, as well as a devil fruit that we have secured and will be held aside for the winner of the tournament. But there are also rewards for 2nd and 3rd place as well. And those will be announced at the start of the tournament. Do we have any kind of further questions about the way this is going to be set up and the way it'll be conducted?
I will ask you as our friend
Yeah.
and DM.
Yep.
Is it potential that we will go against each other like in the 1st or 2nd rounds? Like-
No.
no,
No,
it's-
so I already made the bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys aren't fighting each other in the first rounds.
Okay, I'm missing a ship. I've got the Clapback, the Manifest Destiny, All Seen, Blood Diamonds. Who am I missing?
Salvation,
Salvation. Is it just called Salvation?
the Salvation Pirates.
What's legal in
So-
this tournament?
Salvation is Jack Lancer, right?
Yes, the check answer. You're asking what's legal in the tournament?
Right.
So the way that elimination is decided is just by the first person that is unable to continue fighting, whether that be they're knocked unconscious or killed. Either of those things are allowed. Obviously, this is a fight between a bunch of pirates. We're not expecting them to play like gentlemen. So
No, I mean, like, what can I use and what can't I? Can I use everything?
yeah, no holds barred. Anything and everything is allowed. Any kind of expertise that you have with weapons or with any kind of traps or anything like that is considered part of your individual strength. So you're allowed to use any of those skills in combat. It's not just one-on-one, like duke them out until one person falls down. It is more an overall assessment of your ability in combat and your ability to plan and win the larger game.
Both children left. Let me ask you as well, how guarded is this tournament arena? Like, is it possible for someone just to be thrown out and like that's the end of the battle, or probably not?
No, yeah, it's like I think like a Colosseum, like
Colosseum.
a Roman Colosseum. It's like that. So you're not gonna get thrown out of the arena. It's like very high walls or kind of stone walls in the main arena, and there's seating all up and around it.
Nice. Well, I guess we're waiting until either of those two come back. Oh, there goes Justin.
Uh,
Waiting. They should be able to join in their own volition.
and there's Kristen.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So does anyone else have any more questions about how the tournament's going to work?
Yeah, I got cut out. Who is the Salvation? Is that Jack Lancer?
This Jack
Yeah.
Lancer, yes.
Cool. I'm on board.
Ba-bum-bum.
The 3 weeks from now, is it all gonna be in one day, or is it gonna be like a week-long process to fight everybody?
It will be a day-long event.
Will the final fight be the next day?
Nope, it'll all be the same day.
How does healing work?
Good question.
So you would have time in between fights. You would potentially be able to take a short rest. I would say that everyone would be able to take a short rest in between matches.
But you don't provide healing? Like,
No, I would say any kind of healing supplies you'd have to bring in on your own.
Also, there is a secondary skill called heal. Have you decided at all?
Yeah. We've talked about this before. Yes, heal is just to stabilize someone. So
Yeah.
like if somebody's unconscious and they're rolling like death saving throws, you can roll heal to
Oh,
like
okay. And then, like,
stabilize
give them
them
one
and prevent them from dying. But it doesn't
Got it.
recover any HP or anything.
Got it.
how about power-ups? Like, is that all kind of free for all?
Like a
Power
one-
ups, what do you
Some
mean?
like what? Like if somebody took a, I don't know, food doesn't do anything. Yeah, what if you ate food? Like, is that power-ups like that, but to a more extreme? Like, if you had a power-up that said increase damage by 5 points, is that fine?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, those don't exist.
Okay. Are any weapons off limits?
No, I was telling them earlier, pretty much anything and everything is allowed. It's a no holds barred fight. It's a fight between a bunch of pirates. So anything, any means at your disposal are open and available.
I'm good.
Okay, nobody's got anything else?
Nope.
Kristen's got it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That is done. You have all registered for the tournament. It's happening in 3 weeks' time. I am. Okay, so let me pull this up. Okay. So you guys are all going to be going through training arcs as we get ready to come up here on the tournament. We're going to have to do a couple like little scenes here just to kind of introduce how these arcs are going to happen. And so I'm going to just be doing them one at a time. We'll start with Bok Koi. So Bok Koi, you wake up in what appears to be some sort of like subterranean room. It is underground. It smells kind of like like soil and like musty a little bit, like as if it's not a totally like watertight space, but you can definitely smell like soil, and you can smell like some sort of like musty, like watery smell.
Do I feel that it's like damp in the air?
Yeah, so the ground is like a little bit damp. It's not especially like humid or anything. Like there's not a lot of moisture in the air necessarily, but there's like maybe some sort of a drip or something somewhere in there to where there's kind of like an amount of water on the ground. As you come to, you can see the place is pretty dimly lit. There's not like a light or anything in the room. There's like an amount of light coming from a room that is attached to the one that you're in. You can feel that your ankles and wrists have been shackled and that you are chained to a wall. And looking around you, you can see bars of a cage surrounding you. And you see other cages and other fishmen similarly shackled in those cages as well around the room that you're in.
Okay. Do I notice any difference in appearance to my body? Like,
You are a man again.
okay, do I notice any major stitches and or deformities from when I was a man prior?
You can't feel any kind of like any kind of damage from surgery, and it doesn't appear as if any kind of work has been done on you at all.
Really? Okay.
As your DM, now that this has happened, I'll just tell you the gender bender thing was only ever temporary. It was only for 2 days. So like if you had just like gone to sleep last night, you would have still been a man. I was gonna change back automatically. I didn't want to tell you that because
Well, I'm glad I lost 15,000 belly, just to know that. That's good stuff. Yeah, I'm not broke or anything now. Not at all.
I mean, you would have no way of knowing that was gonna happen. I thought about telling you, and I'm like, well, it wouldn't make sense for him to know that.
Thanks, friendly DM. Very cool.
That's what I'm here for.
All right, cool. So I clear my throat and I look over to the closest fishman person and I say, "Hey, what is this place? Where am I?"
He hears you and kind of like shuffles like away from the sound of your voice and looks down at the ground and doesn't meet eye contact with you.
And then I say to, assuming let's say that was the person to my right, I look to somebody to my left and say, hey, you, can you tell me where I am?
There's like an older fishman to the left of you, and he says, quiet down, youngster. You make too much of a ruckus, and they'll come in here and make things unpleasant for us.
I sigh and I say, anybody tell me where I am?
You're in a place where fishmen go to die. This is an underground slave, essentially, it's like an underground slave fighting ring. Different wealthy aristocrats will capture fishmen such as ourselves and make us fight to the death for sport.
And I say under my breath, like, great, childhood all over again.
Shortly after he says that, the door that is like a little bit of light's coming from under it, it opens up and you can see the waiter from Cugino's. He walks in and he's not wearing his waiter attire anymore. He's now wearing a fine suit. It is like a plum colored purple suit. He has on like a paisley tie, and he walks in and he says, hello, my little addition. How are you? Did you sleep well?
And I spit in his face. I say, screw you, dude.
He
How could you
wipes
do
it
this?
off and he says, I don't think you'll like doing that type of thing very much.
I ask angrily, I say, why am I in shackles? You never once said I would be in shackles. You said I'd be out of here by 9. It's clearly past 9.
Oh, did you? Did you really think that I was going to bring you to have experimental sex change surgery done? How adorable. Although it is fascinating that you're a man now, I guess what you were saying wasn't totally off base. You really did have your gender changed somehow, but we had no part in changing it back.
I guess I stay silent.
Says, as a fishman such as yourself, I saw that you had some scars. It looks as if you're not totally foreign to the situation that you're in right now. I saw that your wrists and ankles had previously been scarred by shackles, so they should be pretty comfortable on you. Clearly, the situation you're in right now is that of my slave. You may have heard from the other little playthings here in this room. You may not have. You currently are in an underground fishman fighting ring, where you will compete for sport and shed your blood and the blood of your kinfolk to win money for me. Perform well, and you may just earn your freedom. Perform poorly, and, well, and he kind of looks over to a couple coffins in the corner.
I say, stupidly, I said, I can become a vampire? Almost
Says,
excited.
oh, you will be fun. I can't wait to see that kind of the passion in your eyes die slowly or quickly. Who knows how it'll turn out? I really can't wait.
And I ask him, if I get out of no, when I get out of here, I will murder you.
Well, I'd love to see you try.
Well, thank you.
Your first match won't be until tomorrow, so for now, I'll let you rest. Goodbye. And he closes the door and walks away.
Can I perform a strength check to see if I can break the shackles?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. I'm really hoping for high. I think it's just a D20 plus strength modifier. Did it work? It did. Plus strength modifier is... Strength is +1. So I guess I got an 18.
Yes, so yeah, you can you break the shackles.
Is it both my feet and my arms, or just like my arms? Or
I'll say you break the ones in your arms.
Okay.
As you do that, the other fishermen around you look over at you like afraid, and they kind of reflexively back into the back of their cages and kind of curl into like the fetal position almost. And the old man next to you says, "Youngster, I would advise you now against making a racket such as this. There's nothing to gain from this, only the punishment of the group as a whole."
I try to quietly break open the shackles of my feet. Yeah, I can perform another strength check.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, I'm gonna say I don't do that.
No, so no, you don't make it through the ones on your legs.
That's
still
fine.
Hold tight.
Okay, I re-pick up, or I just pick up the shackles that were previously broken and or on the ground, and I try to carefully place them as if I'm still in said shackles, and I try to act as if I'm still getting tortured by a lot, but I ask the old guy, I say, old man, you seem to know a little more. You seem to be more talkative than the rest of the fish people here. What actually goes down here? What am I supposed to expect in the next coming days?
This is a place of pain and anguish for the fishmen such as us.
Well,
I truly am not willing to talk too much about it to you. As I said, I dare not make too much noise, or someone will come in. I fear not for myself, but the younger among us, the children.
I I lower my voice and I ask him, well, I mean, you seem to be here quite a long time. Does that mean you've won a few battles?
Oh, I won a few back in my day, but I'm not much in fighting shape these days. The owner of this establishment is keeping me around just because he knows how much it pains me to see the young ones suffer. He knows that their suffering hurts me far more than my own death.
I ask him, well, have you got a good look of this place? Do you know how easy it would be to escape, or?
There's no escape, my friend. If it was possible, we would have tried long ago. Any attempts that have been made have been futile and have only resulted in the suffering of the group.
So what do I do from here on out? Do I just sit in this chair and wait? Is that the only thing I can do?
The only thing you can do is win. If you win enough and you make enough money for the owner, he might consider giving you your freedom.
How does food work here? Do we get fed at all? Do we fight for flesh and blood?
We're fed one meal a day, and if you win a match on any given day, you get a little extra loaf of bread.
Have we been fed yet today?
Yes, mealtime was earlier while you were still unconscious.
Great. I fall silent and droop my head down.
We'll cut from there. Bok Hoi still shackled and in the cage in the underground fighting ring. And we will go from there to Broke. So Broke, this is happening not the same day. This is kind of just like, like a day or two after you guys register for the tournament or whatever. And you are you're walking down the main street by yourself, and you can see a couple guys in the street, pirates it looks like, harassing a young lady. It's like maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night or something right now. And there's two of them there. There is a younger guy. He has two pistols. He's like dual wielding pistols. He has kind of like wild spiky hair that is like a moss green and kind of like a maroon color, like two-tone. And he's got like one gun pointed up underneath the girl's neck, and he's got another one kind of like jammed into her side. And his friend there is rifling around like in her purse and on her person to see if they have anything they want to steal from.
Okay, yeah, I stick the bird on the one in the purse and I shoot the other one in the knee.
Okay, so you are going to, do you say anything? What do you do? What does it look like?
I don't say anything.
Okay, so you just send the bird out and take a shot.
There you go. Yep.
Okay. I'm not going to do combat or anything for this. This is just like a cutscene. Yeah, so as they are harassing this woman, you send the bird out, and the friend who was like, patting her down starts swatting at the bird flying around his head. And you take a chalk shot at the guy with the guns. And he quickly whips his pistol around and like shoots all of your shots out of the air, slings it back down into its holster. And he goes, shoot, who are you trying to make trouble for over there, little mister?
No, I don't know. I'm just seeing somebody get robbed. Just trying to stop it.
Yeah, well, such as our sovereign right as pirates on these seas, yeah. Fires off a shot into the air.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And then I help them rob the girl.
Okay, yeah, the three of you gang up on this girl and you rob her blind. You leave her in the street and you take everything she has.
I give him a high five. I put my hand up for high fives. 2 high fives.
Hey, high fives all around, partner. What? The name's Ricky Six. If I ever see you around again, hey, shoot, we could maybe rob another girl. Hey, yeah.
We make a good team. I'll tell you what.
Fires a couple shots off in the air and like runs off like the cowboy, like back and forth like that out into the sunset.
I shed a tear.
Yeah, so that's all happening, and up from behind you, somebody grabs your shoulder and he spins you around. He's like, "Are you a Logia user?"
Yeah.
God damn it.
Actually, no, I don't. I disintegrate my shoulder as he does it. So like he grabs the shoulder and then the shoulder's not there and he whiffs.
Okay. He's like, "Well, that's all the answer I needed. You're coming with me." And he grabs you and starts pulling you along. Even though your shoulder dematerialized, he somehow is able to grab onto your body and pull you like behind him going down the street through town.
All right, yeah, I'm cool with it. I just go with him.
Yeah, so he drags you for a while, and eventually he can kind of tell you'll just walk with him, and he lets go, and he's like, "Come on, follow me." And the two of you walk out of town, and you leave the city, and you head to. So you are no longer in the Torwa Kingdom. You head south, and you are heading towards a cabin that is up on a hill to the south of the city.
Wait, so so the entire island is Torwa, but that's just the kingdom of Torwa?
This is the Torwa Kingdom, yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so so you head with him to this cabin on top of the hill south of the city, and you get up there. He opens the door. He's like, "All right, go on in."
I go on in.
Go in, and you can see.
I'm like, what are you doing in here? What are you doing here, guy? As I walk in.
Yeah, it's a pretty quaint little cabin. It's got a fireplace and a table with 2 chairs. There's like a bed, a shelf with some books on it. Not a whole lot else. When you walk in, one thing that you can notice immediately is an overwhelming smell of sulfur. The smell of sulfur just kind of hits your nose as soon as you walk in the room.
I immediately walk back out. So that's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's like,
Smells
well,
like garbage.
you're gonna have to get used to that. Go back in.
I ask him what his intentions are. I'm like, I've had enough fun here. It was like, funny guy. Grabs me somehow. I'm like, okay, I'll give him a chance, but I don't think I want to smell this.
Yeah. As you say that, he snaps at you, and a big cloud of sulfur just appears right in your face, and you fall unconscious due to the like overwhelming stink that is just kind of engulfing your entire system. Fall unconscious, and you wake back up, and you're sitting in one of the chairs in the cabin there, and he's in the other one. And he's kind of just like doing some woodworking. He's like whittling away at like a little bit of what he has there. He's like, "All right, you ready to do this?"
Yeah, I'm like, what is this, an intervention?
No, this is an intervention. It's like, my name is Sully Sulfenberger. I, as you are, am a Logia fruit user.
Hold on. Did this guy land a plane on the Hudson River?
You'll get into his backstory.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Sounds like he did.
Yeah. My name's Sully Sulfenberger. I ate the sulfus sulfonume, making me a sulfur man, which is why I live all the way out here outside the city, because obviously the overwhelming smell of just kind of my whole thing, people don't like it very much. I owe a life debt to the previous ruler of this kingdom. I'd come from another island nearby. I was a ship captain at the time, and I was riding a rigged ship that was able to fly in the air when a goose flew into one of our propellers, sending me down towards the island of Torwa. I managed to right the ship and landed in a body of water here on the island, but I mean, aside from the loss of the goose, I also lost a couple passengers in the process. A lot of officials at the time wanted to have me hanged and tried for murder, largely for the goose, but also because of the citizens too. The acting ruler at the time decided to spare me and said that I could be of use in training future leaders for the kingdom. And thus, here I am, living out in the shack in the middle of nowhere, no longer trying to become the pirate king, no longer really doing anything. I've just been waiting for a Logia user to train, and look at that, there you are. The one trip that I make once a month into town, I see you robbing this lady blind. I don't really care too much about your character or your intentions, but I owe a debt to this guy, and I said that I would train a Logia user if I saw one. Here we are, kid.
Did he use a Logia?
I shed a tear.
Yeah, he shot chalk at him, and he also phased through when he tried to grab his shoulder, so that was confirmation.
Yeah, fair enough.
What'd you say, Justin?
Yeah, I shed a tear. I start crying.
Hmm.
That was a beautiful story.
Like, yeah, I don't get too worked up about it. That was a long time ago.
So I say, yeah, what's your plan, Stan?
Well, basically, I assume you're here to enter this tournament, right? Meaning you're a
Yeah.
candidate for the next ruler of this island.
Exactly.
Well, that falls pretty squarely in my responsibilities. So, in the 3 weeks that we have here, less than 3 weeks now, 2.5 at this point, up until the tournament, we're going to be doing some heavy training. You're going to need to learn how to use your powers in combat better and how to manifest different types of your element. It looks like what, you're a chalk guy?
Yeah, you got it.
Well, we'll work on control. We'll work on your ability to change from different states and a couple other things. It's going to be an intense 2 weeks of training here, but my goal is to help you get a better mastery over your power and maybe be more qualified to be the next ruler of our kingdom here.
I say, first, I thought you smelled like shit. Now I think you just are the shit. Like,
Hey.
give him a hug. They
You know
say,
what?
get over here, you.
Yeah, don't touch me. And he faces into sulfurous gas and you kind of just pass through him, retch a little bit.
Then I cry again.
It's like,
Because of the
yeah,
gas, right?
we're not going to do
Because
the
of the
whole
gas.
touching thing. Just to be clear, we're not friends. I'm here strictly just to fulfill my obligation to the previous rulers so I can get off of this godforsaken island.
All right.
As soon as our business is concluded, I'm out of here.
Geez, Louise. Okay. When do
All
we
right.
start?
We start right now. Your first lesson is, and then just kind of fades away.
Yeah.
So we will go from Baroque to a Haberham. So a Haberham, again, it's going to be like a couple days after you guys register for the tournament. You are in the tavern and you are drinking with some of your whaling friends that you met there that first night. They have invited you over for.
Is it a couple of days or just one day?
It's a couple days.
So Devin's initiation for the veteran certificate has already began because that was
Correct. Yes.
Today,
QVC has sent people. They are following him at this point, watching from afar to see if he truly.
have they found him?
Oh, they know where he is. Yeah, I mean the hunt was on a couple days ago.
They've seen-
Okay.
Huh?
They've
The
seen
hell
me
was
doing
on
nothing.
yesterday, I thought.
All right, Duffy, what'd you say?
So they've seen me working no jobs.
They've yet to see you work a job. They're waiting. They're stalking and waiting patiently to see if you work even an hour. As you're there in the bar drinking with your friends, you see a larger man come in that you don't recognize. You haven't seen him before. He is big. He's built like a brick house. He's very deeply tanned. He's covered in the same style of like Polynesian tattoo that you have on your arm now. And he walks and he says, "Hey guys, how are you doing?" Everyone's like, "Oh, hey Abraham, have you met Q Keg yet?"
No, you have to meet Q Keg.
Oh, you're gonna love this guy. He's everybody's favorite. You know, he's what we would call a lovable lout. And that's what we call him. That's his nickname, the lovable lout.
Hmm.
Not coming in. And Q comes over to the table. He's like, "Hey guys."
I say hi, Q Keg.
Hey, what's your name?
I say you can call me Ishmael.
Okay, Ishmael. Hey guys, I'm here. I'm gonna go whaling. Who wants to come with me?
I say whaling.
Yeah, do you like to whale?
I do, but I tell him that
Oh!
okay. I tell him that we have to do so in secret because I'm being tracked by QVC.
Oh, that's pretty hard to avoid.
I don't know that.
Oh, I'll do my best, but sneaky.
Okay, good enough for me.
All right, come with And he runs out of the bar.
Yeah, I go with him.
Come on, we're gonna fry! And he puts his arms out and starts like as he heads toward the ship.
Great.
Yeah, so you and Cube can get on the ship. And he's like, oh, bubbles! And he starts blowing bubbles. He has like a little thing, a bubble solution wherever he's blowing off the side of the ship. As you get onto the ship, you see another man there. He appears to be the captain of the ship. He said, "Hi, are you a friend of Q Cakes?
I am.
Hark, we be heading to hunt the whale."
I say, hopefully not the white whale. I already killed that one.
Aye, yes, you felled the white whale. I heard about it when you came into town. I'll be at the auction myself.
Great.
Of course, I won't actually be there because I'll be captaining this ship. I just remembered.
You sound really smart.
Q-Keg picked only the best and the brightest. Although I guess he didn't really pick me. It's kind of a package deal with the boat.
Yeah, it seems that way. You're the captain.
I be learning the captain for 50 years.
And your name?
I actually have only started recently.
Oh.
Me name be Shivered Timber.
Yeah, I've been whaling for 50 years now.
A fellow veteran.
Well, you said you just
Huh?
you said you started.
Yes, 50 years ago.
Okay, right.
Did Q Keg fill you in on all the details?
I got no details.
We're going to hunt the whale.
Yep. That's what I would call a broad stroke.
We got throw a harpoon at the whale.
Yep. Okay.
Did you get all that?
I got it, yeah.
Q-Keg be the sharpest mind on these seas.
Sharp
Got
as a
it.
marble.
He's led us to many a successful whaler expedition.
Good. Let's
If
get
you
started.
If you be looking to learn the seas, Q-Keg the man for you.
Perfect.
Q-Keg's he's just drinking the bubble solution now. And we will cut there from you as you and the Q-Keg and the rest of the crew set off from Torawa and head on your whaling expedition. Meanwhile, Lucas and Captain Buzzwole of the Town Guards they are working on Lucas's swordsmanship. You can see he is in what appears to be like where they do the training for the rest of the Town Guard, and he is, practicing against different dummies and using different types of swords, and he is just kind of practicing his swordsmanship, and that is his plan. He's like staying in the barracks with the rest of the guards while he gets personal training from the captain on his swordsmanship. Yeah, and then Kristen's gone.
Again, for some reason.
Right. So, what is she even doing?
I have
want me to
no
check?
idea.
Yeah, I asked
Oh,
her
yeah.
what she wanted her training arc to be, and not really any kind of real answer.
Do you not have like a plan for her?
No, I don't. All she's done is just like
She
harass
got to
people.
the island. Yeah.
I don't really have any idea what her character's motivations are at all. I just know that she got kicked off her island for wanting to be a pirate, and that's it.
Well, didn't you do a character sheet with she listed her motivations?
No, I mean, no. But basically, her character sheet just says, like, I got kicked off my island for wanting to be a pirate, and then I washed up on Torwa.
Yeah, I mean, her disadvantage is that she's secretive, needy, and a sleepwalker. So there's not a lot of character development just in that.
I like.
Maybe her training is just running away from the guards constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that in the 2 weeks, so I mean, yeah, so May kind of notices as more and more of the crew end up going to do their own things. Some people kind of tell others where they're going. Like Abraham, I assume, would let the crew know that he's heading out on a whaling expedition before he leaves. Baroque obviously didn't really have much of a choice. He was just kind of dragged out of town. Bakboy, no one really knows where he is, and Lucas would have told everyone what he was doing. So May, as she sees more and more of the crew kind of go off and work on their own things and start, doing their own training, she is still kind of just doing her own thing in town. She is no longer knocking on people's doors anymore, but she is still causing trouble here or there, pickpocketing people and trying to generally just mess with the citizens of the kingdom. Meanwhile, she is in her own in private. She is practicing like her usage of her devil fruit power, just kind of getting more used to folding her body in different ways and working on her swordsmanship with her like paper cutter ability. And then I'm gonna say during this time, she also probably like completes like 1 or 2 tasks for Benedictus, which I'll have to figure out what they are here at a later date. But yeah, that's Christmas training arc. With the framework of these stories in place, does anybody want to play in that space a little bit before we move through?
What do
I
you
asked the sulfur guys.
Huh?
I asked the sulfur guy if his birds are as dumb as mine. Out of curiosity.
Yeah, I don't really I don't do the whole summoning thing. But yeah, I mean, a bird is a bird. So have you met a lot of like really smart birds?
Yeah, ravens.
They're all kind of just like fucking birds, huh?
They're one of the smartest species that aren't humans.
You met one? Yeah, I mean, that's not that, to be clear. The bird that you have there is like a little sparrow.
Little songbird, yeah.
Right.
Well, you said birds as a whole. I mean, if you would have just said songbirds, it would have been a different question. But your question was, know of any birds that are smart? And I said,
I mean, have you ever interacted with a very intelligent raven? Or do you just know that like they can be trained well?
At this point, we're talking about personal experience. Like it's a fact whether I've experienced.
Yeah, I mean, birds don't know punctuation. Birds don't know punctuation. That's kind
just
of
because I haven't met a raven doesn't mean I'm smart. So what? I'm just making a conscious being. Like this isn't just like an extension of my own consciousness.
Yeah, you're
like I'm making a life, and I've made a brain out of chalk with neurons that function.
Yeah, it's not an intelligent creature. It's like a golem, basically, right? It's like you can create it to do like the thing that you make it to do. It's going to have like a base set of functions, but doesn't have like a functioning, like thinking, sentient brain. No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Really hung up on this bird thing. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to play in this space?
Oh, you do? Yeah. What do you mean by that? You just mean like continue our arcs, or?
I mean, before like the training arc, like time skip thing is over. Like, is there anything you want to do in this space, or should I just like write like how? I don't know.
Did you get my message?
Yes.
Okay.
What if it's the one that you sent like a while ago?
The one I sent in the middle of us doing the session.
Yeah. At like 4:30. Yes, I got that. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I mean, you have this new like Atlatl thing, the thing that you built or whatever. While you're on the ship, QKeg is teaching you the ways of the harpoon, how to use a harpoon to spear whales, and you getting the technique down and kind of when and where you would throw the harpoon. You start practicing with the Atlatl that you brought with you, and you have 17 arrows that you've made that you brought with you. But I'm gonna say there's like an amount of wood on the ship, like there's there for repairs, and you use some of it maybe to make some more, or whatever. And yeah, you're working on kind of learning how to use that during the whaling expedition. I'm going to say during this time also, so Baroque is working on his Devil Fruit skills, his Logia skills with Sully Sulfenberger.
I'm also working on my hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, so you and QCAG are fighting every night. He ends up wanting to eat your dessert, and you just won't give it to him. And it's the two of you. You fight every night, bare knuckle brawl. And yeah, you improve on your hand-to-hand combat during this time as well, while you're fighting with QCAG every night over dessert. Meanwhile, Baroque is working with Sully Sulfenberger on his like Devil Fruit powers and Logia stuff, just kind of in general. You're doing like different types of training exercises and trying to like use your powers in different ways to create different types of things. And just getting, you know,
I would like, I would like to know if I could improve. Can you hear me all right, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to know if I can improve my poison skills as far as doctoring goes, like herbal medicines and such. As a sulfur man.
No.
As a guy like knocking me unconscious. You don't think you would know anything about the science behind unconsciousness and poisons?
He literally just makes sulfur.
That's fine. Okay, then I'm good.
Yeah, he's not a doctor or anything. It's just an
Okay.
overwhelming sulfur smell will knock you unconscious. It's like too
Right.
much in your airway.
It wouldn't be
Okay,
possible to collect that sulfur and like condense into a liquid.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So you guys are working on different stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to condense it or anything.
Yeah, you guys are working on different stuff, just kind of, you know, Devil Fruit related stuff. Meanwhile, Bok Koi is in this like underground slave ring. You win your first fight pretty handily. Now that you're back in your like, you know, as a man again, you feel more assured in like your ability to, you know, compete in combat. And these matches are to the death. So you do have to kill another fishman in your first match there underground here in the slave ring.
I still have a third arm then, yes?
You still have a third arm.
Nothing happened. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you still have a third arm. Yeah, it's just your gender changed. Okay. What's that like for Bok Koi, having to kill another fishman?
I want to say it's something like we get into this ring and I look at him, or yeah, I look at them and they look at me and I say, I don't want to be here. And assuming that they've already been through this more than once, they don't even care, like whether they put a facade on or not. Like, I know what I have to do.
Yeah, they're coming at you with the intention to kill you. They've won a couple matches already and they're trying to win their freedom.
Right. So considering I don't know the numbers, I'm just going to say that I've seen a battle or two. I know how humans react, and being a fisherman, I know how most fishermen kind of like to act as well. So I'm able to evade most of their attacks and swing at them enough times to knock them down. It was probably like an okay fight. I got damaged here and there. It's not like I'm dripping blood walking out, but it's not like I'm out of there unscathed. I'd say like I learned a little bit about what this is all about, but so far, at least for the first person, doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, you got cut up a little bit. It's not too bad. He's still kind of a younger guy. You think maybe like 16, 17. He's still like not like a kid or anything, but he's still like a younger guy. But yeah, you end up you kill him. You end up like crushing his skull and killing him. And coming out of the battle, you can see the guy who kidnapped you. You still don't know his name. He's kind of like clapping and looking at you like, very good job, like good work. And he has you shackled again and escorted back into your cage. And this is kind of the process for the next few days. You wake up, you get a meager breakfast of like half of a stale loaf of bread and an apple. And that is your breakfast. And then sometime during the day, you end up having to fight another fishman. And as the days go on, you take on more and more scars. You're getting cut and bruised more, and you can kind of see that damage is becoming evident across your skin, your face, and your arms and hands and stuff become more and more ragged and scarred. The signs of battle are pretty apparent upon looking at you. You start losing weight. Obviously your size is still the same. But a lot of the fat that you may have tacked on here in the past couple of years after escaping slavery, you're losing it again and becoming skinnier as your diet has worsened. And going back to Mei Mei, she is still kind of just like working on her stuff. She is
here.
She is here, yeah. She's just working on getting more used to her paper cutter. The arena in Torawa is not just used for this tournament. It also does host friendly gladiatorial matches here and there, and so she's entered a couple times and tried her luck in 1v1 combat to test out her her powers and kind of get better used to what that all feels like and being in a fight. And so she's doing a bit of training in that sense. And also Benedictus has her running recon on some of the other entries in the tournament, and kind of while she's in the arena fighting, scoping the place out and trying to potentially locate ways that she could get into one room or another, depending on where she would need to go and what she would need to do, kind of making a mental map of the arena while she's in there training against other people as well. On the whaling expedition, it has been a week and a half at this point into the expedition, and Abraham has learned how to steer the ship. He's improved his sailing and navigation a bit. He's gotten better at hand-to-hand combat, and he is learning how to use the atlatl that he constructed, and he's getting more familiar with the ranged weapon that he has there. We can just fast forward through the end of these training arcs essentially, and we can just do another short scene at the end of each one of these, and then kind of go over what everybody gets from these arcs. And I think we'll probably just end the session early there after that today, because I will need to do a lot of preparation for the tournament now that we're actually going into that.
Right.
We'll just start out with Baroque. So your training with Solly has been going on for about 3 weeks now at this point. He is kind of a standoffish guy. He keeps to himself very much. He has made it clear that he has no intention of being friendly with you. He's just here to fulfill an obligation. But over the time that you spent with each other, you feel like you can maybe try to understand the guy a little bit more, even though you might not necessarily get along with him, and he still stinks to high heaven. He has taught you a good deal of control over your ability, and he's helped you feel as if you're in a more prepared situation for this tournament, having just recently become a pirate and only started fighting here recently. You do feel a little bit more confident in your combat abilities and your flexibility in a few different types of situations.
Right.
And you learned a new ability. You get a devil fruit ability from this training.
Cool.
What kind of new ability would you like to learn? I'm going to say it has to be some sort of combat ability, because that is what you were training in.
Right. How about a shadow top? Seems like an alright idea. Kind of just like a clone, but I guess that gets into the whole animate thing again.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, besides total control over the element of chalk, I mean, that seems like another good one. Just making clones of things. Although I guess I can already do that. Yeah, not too well.
I mean, you could do something like having chalk go around your hand for a stronger fist attack, right? Or be able to make a quick shield.
Yeah.
I mean, that could that can work with combat.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. How about a chalk armor? Kind of like what Gara has around his body. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Sure. So yeah, in combat training with Sully, even though your Logia form allows you to just kind of phase through most attacks that you're aware coming at you.
How about
Yeah,
the chalk armor goes for less physical attacks, more like elemental attacks? Because that's gonna be my weakness, right? I'm like, my defense is fine. I don't really need chalk armor. So how about this would be like a aversion to water or fire? You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Doesn't make any sense how that would work, right? Because like putting more chalk on chalk is not going to make it less adverse to water. No, I think the way that the armor is going to work is will be like a stance ability that you can put yourself into, where you kind of cover yourself in some sort of like chalk, like plate armor or something like that or whatever. And it'll give you like an extra DR while you're in that stance. So it's just like a stance you can get into if you want to be more defensive and maybe shield yourself from hits that you do take.
Okay.
Okay, that sound fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we will go from Baroque to Abraham, and you are on the ship. You have just finished your whaling expedition. You guys, with Q-Keg's expert advice and direction, you guys have killed 3 whales, and you're bringing them all back with you.
And I get a portion of the profits.
You get the knowledge that you helped Q-Keg secure this hull.
And I get a portion of the profit.
And you get the satisfaction of knowing that you learned a lot from this guy.
Whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
you
okay.
can't. Because here's the thing: it's like you're still being followed by QVC this whole time, right? They're on the ship there with you, and they're watching to make sure that you're not getting paid. So Q-Keg might seem like a bit of a simple man, but he's really he's very multifaceted. And so in his infinite wisdom, he makes sure not to pay you for any services rendered so that, you can still be given your quality veteran certificate.
Perfect. Okay. Wise.
He's a wise man, wise beyond his years, to be sure. So yeah, I mean, having learned a lot from Q-Keg and, enjoyed the experience as a whole, you got to go whaling, you got to learn a new weapon. You arrive back in Torawa and you dock. And Q-Keg says, thanks for all the fun, Ishmael.
I say you're welcome, Q-Keg.
Are we best friends now?
Sure.
Yahoo! And he runs off the ship and he runs into the tavern. He's like, hey, you guys!
Yeah. I have nothing to say.
So throughout all of that, I'm gonna say I'll give you proficiency with simple ranged weapons, like the atlatl, for instance.
Yeah.
So anything simple like that, where it's like you're just throwing something, basically, I'm gonna say you have proficiency in that enough to like use that as an attack and not take any kind of like negatives to it. You'll also you'll get a point into. Do you have sailing already? Secondary skill, I forget.
I don't want any sailing.
You're getting it. Okay. You now have sailing as a secondary skill. That's very cool. So you gain that as a secondary skill. You get the proficiency in simple ranged weapons. Yeah, that's about it.
Hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah, I don't really know what you want me to do for that.
Yeah, I wanted that instead of sailing. That's why I sent you the message.
Yeah, but like, what does that mean? Like proficiency in fists? Like, what do you mean?
Is unarmed strike not a skill?
It is. I can give you just a point in unarmed strike, I guess, if you want.
Yeah.
Sure. You have gained a rank in unarmed strike.
Are we all leveling up from this?
No, you're not, because you just leveled up last session.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I arbitrarily gave you that level up last time. Level 3, I think, is going to be about right for this tournament. Level 4 is probably like a bit too strong for this. You guys haven't even made it off the first tile. I don't want to like hyper level you for no reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all finished. And you depart the ship, and you're back on Torwa. Bok Koi. So you have been in this underground like slave fighting arena thing now for 3 weeks at this point. You have killed 10 of your fishman compatriots and heavily wounded a number of others. Like I said, you have taken on, many wounds yourself. You've lost plenty of weight, and overall, the experience has kind of just in general hardened you and made you a lot more used to, bloodthirsty combat like this. What's your state of mind like here at this point in time? How is Bok Koi handling all of this?
Well, I definitely went in with the mindset, obviously, that I'll be changed into a man. And surprisingly, I was changed back into a man with no different feeling. But knowing that I have to, I'd say that would be a positive experience, knowing that I don't have stitches all over and I don't feel super different.
Yeah.
But then after realizing what I have to do in order to survive and get out of there, and after numerous amount of battles, I start to lose sense of self, and I start to really only see like I just gotta kill people to survive. Just gotta keep on beating them over and over again. And I guess I have now a twisted view of life. I think there's a little bit left that I can notice, like people I know, I can like recollect my thoughts, and I think go back into my old self. But mainly anybody who's a human, or I guess now people who are fishermen that are wanting to attack me, I will go after them.
So you've killed 10 fishermen at this point. You've heavily wounded many others. You're in your cage in the early morning before breakfast is served. When the door opens and your captor comes in, and he says, "Well, my little friend, you sure have been quite entertaining since I took you in. I'll tell you what, I feel very good about the decision to bring you in here into our little enterprise. How are you feeling this morning?"
I let out a deep sigh, and I remain silent, looking at him with disgust.
It sounds like you're ready for a fight. I have a special one for you today, too. You've won so many fights at this point. You've killed 10 of your compatriots. Congratulations. This is a huge moment. Once one of my toys kills 10 other fishmen here in the arena, I give you an opportunity to win your freedom. How exciting is that?
I let a less subtle sigh. I still continue looking at him in disgust.
Oh, you don't quite seem excited yet. Well, don't worry, you'll get there. For right now, I'll just have you go out and wait in the arena, and I'll bring in your next match. So he has a couple guards come in and roughly yank you out of the cage and escort you into the arena, where you're shackled to the ground again while you wait for the combatant to come in that's going to face you. And you're used to this procedure at this point, and you just kind of stand there blankly looking at the wall while you wait for things to continue with it. As you're sitting there waiting, your captor comes back out, and he's like up in the viewing, like the stands now, and he says, "It's standard around here. Once one of our contestants has won 10 matches and killed 10 of his compatriots, that we give you the opportunity to win your freedom. How we do that is by having you fight the person that you're closest with while you've been in here. So I am happy to introduce to you Old Man Gru." And he brings out the old fish man that was in the cage next to you. And he kind of is, not very steady on his feet. You can tell he's taken an injury to his leg in the past, and he is kind of kicked in the thumb. on the back onto the ground there in the arena in front of you. And he looks up at you sadly and he says, "Young one, I've had enough time here on this earth. Do not mourn my passing. Do not feel bad about what you have to do. Take your life into your own hands."
And I let out a short sigh and I say, "I'm sorry, old man, but you and I both know what needs to be done."
And he just closes his eyes and turns his head upwards towards the ceiling.
I ready my my warhammer, get ready to swing. I hesitate, and I have a flashback to back when I was young and back when I was in the slave trade, and I envelop a lot of terrible feelings and emotions as I cut back. I think of the guy who captured me, that I paid him to capture me, and I just get so angry that without even thinking and knowing what I'm about to do, I just completely destroy the fishman's head, like splattered everywhere.
In that moment where you're kind of like having these flashbacks and recollecting what happened to you, your captor is watching this happen and his eyes kind of light up and he starts laughing. He's like, "Ha ha 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 ha! See, there it is. That's the moment. That's the moment right there when the last little bit of hope that you had, the last little bit of your own identity in your heart died right there. Wonderful. This is so wonderful. This is what I live for." And he watches as you kill the old man Gru, who was there in the cage next to you. And he says, "Congratulations, you've done it. You've lasted. You've lasted through the ringer here, and you've won your freedom. How do you feel?"
I look at him dead in the eyes with no emotion and just no thought behind my eyes. Just gray as a descriptive term.
He just kind of smiles at you and watches you for a second before turning around and walking off. And two cards come out to escort you back out of the arena. And when they come up to you, you don't really think much of it as they put their hands on your arms, as they always do when they're escorting you. But then you can feel the prick of a needle in your neck, and slowly everything fades to black again.
Great.
Yeah, you wake back up in an alley on the streets of Torwa. You can feel like a burning pain on your upper left arm, and as you kind of like feel it and look over, you can see that you've been branded, and you have a brand on your left arm now.
Awesome.
And you are free. I think we'll need to work together to figure out exactly what you get out of that training arc, as far as like abilities or points or whatever.
Okay.
But we can do that after the session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the crew, I'm gonna say it is like 2 days before the tournament starts at this point. Everybody is back on Torwa. What do you guys want to do? Like post training session? Are you all gonna try and meet up with each other again? What's the game plan?
I'm going to go back to the last place that I remember, and that would be where the ship would be set. That's like the last thing I remember completely. So that's the first place I go.
Baroque, what about you?
I'm gonna go put my mustache and glasses back on. I'm gonna check to see if any bounties have changed.
Okay. Abraham, what about you?
Gonna go to the bar.
Okay. And May, what about you?
Well
So they-
said.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So Lucas is he's done with his training regimen at this point. He's all prepped and ready for combat. And he is hanging out there at the ship, and he sees Bok Koi walking up. And he jumps, up off of the chair that he was sitting on, and jumps off the ship and runs up to you. And he's like, Bok Koi, is that you? Are you all right? What happened? You're so skinny now.
Weekly, I give him one of those like flexes and say, I'm back. And then I collapse.
Yeah, Lucas freaks out and he attempts to lift you and carry you back onto the ship. He's unable to, so he runs to the bar to get some help for someone to assist you.
I'm just still conscious, but I do collapse. Like I just can't get up.
Just can't get back up. You're malnourished and injured at this point.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah, so he runs back into the bar. He says, anybody help me? Hey, Ishmael. God, I haven't seen you in forever. I need your help.
I don't say anything to that.
Hey, Ishmael, did you hear me? It's me, Lucas.
I kind of like look at him and then go back to looking forward.
Q-Keg walks up. He's like, Ishmael, who is this?
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Ish, who's that?
Almost my best friend.
You were introducing me, right?
No, I surely was not.
I am Ishmael, my friend. I'm Q-Keg.
That's right.
Oh, God, where'd you meet this guy?
You know, around.
This is your best friend?
That's right.
Oh,
The
man.
bar is really low.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, but yeah, it seems that way. Well, hey, you know what? Neither here nor there. What do you mean? Yeah, not the point. I need your help, Ishmael. Bok Koi's back, and he's in pretty bad shape. I can't lift him by myself.
Fine. I'll bite.
How magnanimous of you! Great. Can you come to the harbor to help me get him up? We need to get some food in this guy. He is skin and bones.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Q-Keg, help! And Q-Keg comes with you. The three of you lift Bok Koi up and you bring him onto the ship and then lay him in the bed in his quarters. You get some food for him and, bring him like some soup and soft stuff that he can eat or whatever. Yeah. Meanwhile, Baroque, you're where? Oh, you went to go get more water.
Station checking bounties.
Right. Yeah, right. The bounties are unchanged at this point.
Cool. I head to the bar. Well, actually, I'll head to the ship first.
Okay. Yep. You head to the ship and you get the rundown from Lucas and Abraham on what's going on.
Yeah, I'll wait till Aaron's up. I say I got a nice plan for us here. I think it's going to give us a nice competitive edge in this tournament.
So yeah, I guess we will just skip on to later in that day. It'll be nighttime now, like 8, 9 o'clock or whatever. And Bok Koi at this point has eaten and he's rested for a little while and he is conscious again and back up and awake on the ship. So yeah, what does that conversation look like?
All right, I say I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've been up in the mountains. I don't know about you guys. I've been doing a little bit of training, but I feel a lot stronger than I did previously. And I think the odds of us winning this tournament, they're high, but they could be higher. So here's my plan as it stands. I'm saying that we recruit one of the lower bountied captains, like a Glass-Eyed or a Vixen, to take out one of the bigger ones, like Captain Mako or Jack Lancer. Because they seem pretty intimidating. 100 million berry, that's a lot. So is 70 million. And as confident as I am of you guys and myself, I don't think we could take on Jack Lancer. So my plan is to recruit some of the smaller captains since it'll be in our best interests, and try and take this guy out before the tournament starts. Let me know how that hits your ear.
Like pins and needles. I ask, and how do you expect other pirate crews who are competing against the same prize to team up with someone like you, someone they don't even know?
Well, it's in similar interest. You know, this glass-eyed guy, he's probably strong, but I mean, against a 100 million berry, I think we can both agree that we're a little bit underpowered. So yeah, it'd be a temporary alliance between two crews, to even out the playing field a little bit. I think this Jack Lancer guy needs taken out, and if not, just Mako, Monsunya. I think we could go for that too, but I'd like to go for Lancer.
What makes you so confident that they just won't kill you instead?
I got a little bit of training up there. I'm not too afraid of this guy. But yeah, I mean, we won't know until we try, I guess.
And are you asking to team up prior to the tournament or during the tournament?
Temporary team up, 1 day long thing. You know, we get in, we get out. We ice Jack, and we go with the tournament tomorrow. And I'm not saying we become best friends. I'm saying we put efforts together.
I don't want
Hey,
to.
Abraham, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, real quick. Sorry to interject. I don't want to rain on any parades here, but I have been training with the Captain of the Gods, and as you know, they're part of the organization for this whole event.
If I can interrupt you, shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay. Heard. I think it's important information, but
just
okay.
wanted to put that out there.
Sure. Yeah. No, I gotcha.
I say continue. Fair amount.
You would say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, the rules are anything is fair and allowed while you're in the ring, but there are rules outside of the ring as far as like what you can and can't do. Any kind of like attempt to interfere with the tournament or to sabotage any of the other entrants is grounds for immediate disqualification. So if you were to try and proposition someone and get them to help you eliminate Jack, they could just report you for doing that and get you eliminated immediately. They would be risking their own slot here to win the thing if they do attempt to sabotage someone else.
I
didn't know these
asked,
pirates were such rule followers. Straight
Well,
on there, these guys.
It's not the pilots that made the rules, right? It's the city
No, but
officials.
what they're gonna narc on me?
I mean, it's an easy
Oh.
out. They just say something and you're out of the running.
Right.
I
I
asked,
mean, pirates will not hesitate. Something that's easy for them to do, they're gonna do it to improve their odds.
All right.
I say, so I take it you've all been qualified to go into the tournament?
Yeah,
Okay.
we all registered on that day that you went missing. You still haven't told us what happened to you. Are you all right? Where have you been these past 3 weeks?
3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks.
Wow. I say, Lucas, you're a great crewmate, but even this is too much for me to sit down and explain. And I say, with as much confidence as I can, I say, now if you excuse me, I need to go sign up for this tournament before it's too late. That is, and I turn to the captain, if we want to win, that is, and all. And I attempt to start walking towards the place to go sign up. I guess because I never signed up at all. 3 weeks have already gone by. I don't know if it's too late. I guess I can't sign up by myself, but I don't really see how I'm supposed to even enter into the tournament. If
What
there
is
needs to
the
be a minimum
tournament?
and maximum of
What
4
is it?
people.
2 days of 1 day.
It's 3 days until the
Yeah.
tournament.
Now, I do
2
remember,
days.
even though I didn't hear this as my character, but I do remember you
Oh
just
man, you're pretty like dead. I don't know. Yeah, my bad. You keep talking.
that they only asked for the captain's name. They never asked for anybody else. I mean, they just know the captain, 3 other people are going to be joining.
So I don't know if you remember or not, when they were registering, he did ask for everyone's name and like the style of fighting.
Oh, that is true. He did ask for that. I guess I'll ask you as our friendly DM.
Yeah.
How am I even supposed to enter into this tournament?
So I would say that if you wanted to change your lineup for the crew, it's not too late to do so. The brackets are not out yet. Like the bracket for the roster and everything hasn't been released to the public yet. That will happen 2 days before the start of the tournament. You'll know what the first round matchups are going to be. So if you are still interested in changing your team lineup, that's something you would have to do today.
Change
Yeah,
them,
I don't
Aaron.
think-
You can do it.
Yeah.
I collapse again in front of the ship. And,
Shut the fuck up.
and I say to the cap, I say, "Don't you worry, don't you worry, Captain. I'll make you proud." And as I fall asleep on the dock.
Yeah, sign him up because I straight up will not show up or win if I do. Just to be clear, I'm not what you call a fighter.
You're a lover, not a fighter. Because down inside, you got a dream, right?
No,
You might be on something, right?
Well, anyway.
Yeah, so I'll carry him on my back, do a strength check. We'll get him over to that area.
Okay, I think you do it.
Yeah, you should
Jesus,
do it already.
these rolls today really don't make any sense.
Yeah, your rolls are really weird today. It's either a crit fail or a crit success.
Yeah, so I'll take him over to the thing and do a change. Do a team change.
I disapprove your team change.
You
I look-
disapprove?
I look at the tournament person in the
well,
eyes.
you're
and
asleep,
say-
Aaron.
I'm passed out. So I mean, I
Right.
think they have to have my approval, right? You can't just bring a
Nope.
dead person over and just say, "Hey, put this guy on my team."
He's alive. You're alive.
Yeah, but I'm unconscious.
I mean, I didn't consent to him writing my name down, so
Did follow him along though to sign up? Did you not?
I
You
did.
could have easily
No, I
left.
didn't.
You were there.
Didn't do that.
Pretty sure you were there.
Well, I didn't say I went there.
You didn't say you
man,
didn't.
I'm gonna leave this up to you guys.
Aaron, what? Yeah, I don't care. Aaron, what do you want to say?
I want to say that my fingers involuntarily are curled up, but just my thumb comes out when you start talking about put this guy on my team, and that was enough approval from me to you that I want to take his Abraham's place.
Oh, cool.
Hey,
So I can-
Abraham.
Abraham.
Nope.
A Har.
Yeah, so is there like a belly thing, like or change or
Abraham.
No, there's no
There we go.
fear or anything. Yeah, he just lets you swap the name out. He like erases one name and writes in the next one.
He's
He's
gonna ask
like-
about my fighting style.
Yeah, he was just, I didn't have to do that. He's like, oh, okay, yep. So we're replacing Abraham with Bot Koi, and what is his style of fighting?
He's a weapons specialist.
I'm not. Bludgeon.
Okay, he's a
Do you
bludgeoner.
not have swords?
I have a warhammer.
But you're proficient in all of them.
I am. I just only have a warhammer, which is why in the last session I was looking for a second weapon.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So he swaps Abraham out for Bot Koi. And Bot Koi now is the fourth entry. And he's like, all right, remember, these are all locked in tomorrow. And then the bracket goes out midday tomorrow. So be on the lookout.
Cool.
We'll have a bunch of them posted here outside the arena.
Alright, sounds good.
I whisper, I say, thanks, Cap.
Okay. So
I showed it to you.
training arcs are complete. Everybody has grown a little bit, and look at all the friends we made along the way.
So many.
Registration for the tournament is finished. The roster will be posted tomorrow, and then you'll have 2 days left until the tournament starts.
That's good.
I feel like this is a fine stopping point for our session today. So next week, will be like the final countdown to the start of the tournament, and any final things that you might want to do before it actually starts, like maybe securing your sponsorship with Mark Cuban. I'm
Or
gonna
Chrissy
say,
figuring out Benedictus and all that junk.
yeah,
right?
she's gonna hear from Benedictus, and then whatever other loose ends there are still to tie up will also happen. Yeah, so we can just end it there. What's
Good.
everybody's thoughts going here into this next chapter?
I have a quick note.
Yeah.
I want to change my new ability from chalk armor to a hardening chalk, and it's like a Spider-Man web, and like you shoot it like a chalk volley, but it explodes and it just hardens someone into place for, I don't know, and then it'd be like a roll to get out, kind of like jail in Monopoly.
Like you mean like condenses? Like it like packs itself stronger than just like dust chalk?
Sure.
Or-
Yeah, like it condensed, like it hardens into place. So it's like yeah. Let me know how that makes you feel, good or bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how it would like actually work.
Yeah, well, the way I see it would be like it'd be an attack if it hits, does no damage, but it just hardens there, and then like you got to get a roll above X number to get out of it.
Yeah, I'd say you could do a thing where you can trap somebody, like you can like put your hands on the ground and have chalk come up like around their like feet or whatever, and kind of like lock them into the ground that way. And like it won't do any damage, but they'll have to like make like a check or whatever to
like
get
a
out of
reflex
it.
save.
A reflex save to avoid it, maybe, and then they would have
Maybe.
to like do like a strength check or whatever at the start of their turn to break out. They like lose all their movement speed like that.
Otherwise,
Yeah, then
like,
I'll just keep chalk armor then.
yeah, if you keep chalk armor,
Seems
whether
pretty
Toby wants
bad.
to prove it or not, maybe it's just a temporary DR, like additional DR, and it has like a health. So like it has like a health of 5. So after 5, it's broken and you can't use it for like the
Yeah,
rest
I'm
of
cool
the
with
day.
that. Also, with the chalk armor, could I increase empty-handed combat because my body's gonna be just harder? I just have like an empty-handed hard attack instead of just a
It's
chalk
one or the
volley.
other, right? It's like you either
Yeah,
get
it's
armor
kind of one or
or
the other.
stronger attack.
Sure. Okay, just defense then. I'm cool with that. And
Okay.
I'm all set.
Yeah, I think the way chalk armor is going to work is like most stances will give you a positive and a negative. So I'll say like the chalk armor gives you like 1 extra DR while you're in that stance, but it gives you like 10 less movement speed or something. Or it's like kind of like the opposite of like Lucas's like haste ability or whatever, where he gains extra movement speed and like loses defense rolls or whatever.
Yeah, we'll talk later about it.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have anything else?
Nope.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, we can just end it there for right now. If you have anything that you want to throw at me as far as like planning for story goes for the next week, it is the definition of crunch time, and that I cannot guarantee that anything that you might want to do in the city will still be doable after the tournament's over.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'll start working on story and getting the tournament all planned out. I already have the bracket ready, so I already know what your matchups are going to be, but I'm not going to tell you that yet. If you next episode, you'll be getting the full list of everyone who will be competing in the tournament, like all the entries for each crew. So if for any reason you like want to meet any of those people,
15 more minutes.
I muted her.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just give you that bracket now. Just so you can kind of actually no. I can give you the first round picks or whatever.
You just want to put it in Discord?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I can give you like the first round matchups in the Discord.
Or like even like find like a tournament bracket website thing and just put everybody's name.
Yeah,
in.
that's probably what I'll do. Is just
Yeah.
plug them into like a PDF or some shit and send it.
Okay.
And then if there's any particular character out of that list that you like Justin said, like he was planning on maybe meeting up with the captain or something, let me know if there is any particular character that you're wanting to interact with in any way. So I can kind of like plan like what are they doing in the town, like story and shit for them.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise I think we're all good to go.
Cool.
Bye.
Cool. All right.
Thank you, Devin, for staying. See ya.
Bye. Bye.
All right, cool. So I know Chrissy, she has still 2 more feats, and I didn't want to pick that for her. I can work with her separately. Was there anything you wanted to talk to me or Chrissy about?
Nope. I mean, yeah, I guess like how are you feeling about the whole training arc thing?
Yeah, that was
kind of-
interesting. I wasn't expecting. I mean, I'm glad you did it. I'm glad I didn't have to like individually fight every single person and roll like strength checks and all that. That was a really, I like the way that you just put us all in and we all did something and we're all like done. Not entirely sure with Chrissy's about what her training arc was. If it
So
was
she
anything.
literally didn't tell me anything, so I didn't really know what to do with it. Her training arc, basically, I think more than anything else, her training arc was just like going to the arena and like scoping it out for Benedictus, as well as
Sure,
like
sure.
just like
'Cause I mean,
fighting people in
Yeah,
the
like
arena.
she's basically backed up by Benedictus, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's essentially like working as like a spy for him or like a covert agent or something. She's like
So
the
whether-
Manchurian candidate.
Right. Okay. Okay, so I mean I can work with her individually about what feat she'll need. That's the only 2 things that she needs after level up. I'm not sure if there's anything else in particular that you need to talk to me about. I don't think.
No, I just more than anything else, I just wanted to like because like I wanted to check in with you about the training arc before I did it, but then I'm like, well, I can't like give away the fact that if he goes to this like gender surgery thing, that he's going to be kidnapped.
Did you have a plan if I just didn't?
If you didn't, you would have just turned back into a man the next morning. I mean, did
mean,
I
how
have a
would
plan for your training arc? No,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. I was very confident that you were going to go and do that. I'm like, I
Yeah.
feel like this has been like his one goal since he got
Yeah,
to the island.
It really has
So
been.
so like I think if he's like motivated to do anything, it would be this. And so I'm like, well, I don't really know like how else he would like naturally like what thing he would be training in, but I know that like he's been enslaved. I know he's planning on meeting this shady guy at a dock, and I know that he already has a hatred for humans. And like, what if there's more of that? And so I'm like, I think this is like the most elegant like way to introduce you into an impromptu training arc and kind of like further develop your character at the same time.
Fantastic. That's excellent. I do want to ask. I have been reading the rules like I read like the same thing like 5 times over and still have the same question over it. So like there's like not movement action. Yeah, like movement action, right? You can manipulate an item. In most cases, moving or manipulating an item is a move action. This includes retrieving or putting away a stored item, picking up an item, moving a heavy object, and opening a door. Makes sense. But oh, she's gone.
Yeah.
But then you can drop an item as a free item, which is like okay, whatever. But then there's also something that's called disarm, and I'm like, I really want to perform a disarm, and I probably will perform a disarm. The problem is that it says if you're armed. What? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, if I perform a disarm because I'm currently armed, I'm not able to take the weapon that the person like I just disarmed. But I do have 2 available free arms. So I guess it's up to you. Am I still? I know I'm armed, but if I disarm somebody, can I still take their weapon if I successfully disarm, or will it still drop in their space? I have to wait until my next turn to pick it up. Because I think disarming is it's like a full movement, it's a melee attack. So I guess I could do it if I just didn't move, but I just have to be already right next to the person.
Well, if you're gonna melee attack them, you would have to be right next to him, right?
Right, but that as my movement action, it would be to pick it up. So I have to not move, and I have to attack while I'm already right next to them.
I think it just like uses the remainder of your movement action ? Or does it have to be like your whole movement? Like you can't move in. I don't think that information.
It just says, with the exception of specific move-related skills, most move actions, they take 3 seconds to execute, which is half of a normal round, with the other half being like the action.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily say that I can't move prior, but I just think if it's supposed to be my movement action, other than moving, which is the simplest move action, that it would take up my movement speed for that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a hard and fast rule for it. I think it would be like at my discretion.
Sure.
Like if you're right next to somebody and you haven't moved yet for the turn, you disarm them and you want to go pick their stuff up, I would still let you move after doing that. but if you like, ran to pick it up or whatever, it would just be like case by case.
Sure.
I don't think there's any hard and fast rule for it.
Okay. Then I guess I just want to double check with a couple things. Like there's striking to incapacitate, which I actually like. It sounds awesome. I mean, if you're doing hand-to-hand combat or like with a blunt weapon, well, I don't have a blunt weapon. I could do hand-to-hand combat where I basically try to attack somebody who's unaware and is vulnerable and potentially could just make them fall unconscious and also take damage, maybe. But they fall unconscious if they fail like the fortitude save, which sounds cool because basically you're just knocking them unconscious. But the issue I see with that is I think, there was like, I said somewhere in the rules it says you can always use unarmed strike, which is good. But I do take a -6 penalty. I guess there's really no question here. There's no question here. Okay, yeah. So how about striking a wound? It's like one sentence. It says a character in combat can elect to reduce his or her delivered damage below the normal damage value to a minimum of 1, known as striking a wound. Sounds pretty simple. I hope Justin would read that and take it up every time he attacks somebody for no reason. But does that mean
it's basically just like dealing non-lethal damage?
Right. So I mean, is that saying you are doing one, or like let's say if you rolled like a D20 and like your critical is 10, you only want to keep the person alive. Can you reduce it to like 7 to have them like left with 1 HP, or do you have to reduce it to 1?
To a minimum of 1. So you would choose like how low you want to reduce it. You would have to deal 1 damage minimum.
Right.
But yeah, you can choose to reduce it like as high or as low as you want.
Okay. Cool. And then how does dodging work? Like I with my other character, I do have dodge as a feat, but I've literally looked at how dodge works, and I don't understand how dodge and defense correlate. Like I don't see, is dodge supposed to be like a +5 and that's where you got to readjust your modifier, or is dodge something completely different to defense?
I'd say it's just like the same thing.
I would think so, but I don't see why they would. I mean, I can see why there's different names for it, but I just don't see why there would be different names for it at the same time.
Let me look at it in a sec.
I guess also on the same topic of disarm, it says your opponent gets a free action to perform a single melee attack on you when you're attempting a disarm. But that's it. Does that mean I still roll a defense, and if they succeed, then I take damage, but I still get to proceed? Or does that mean like they just get to attack me, and regardless what it is, I take that much damage after DR?
Repeat the first part of the question.
The first part,
like what the thing says.
your opponent gets a free action to perform a single melee attack on you when you're attempting a disarm. So I don't know if that means I get to roll defense, and then if they succeed, then I take damage accordingly. Because like I'm attacking them, or does that mean
you would still defend against it? They just make an extra attack, but yeah, you would still
right?
do defense.
That's what I was hoping, but anyway.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be a free attack. Dodge during your action. This one dodge bonus defense rolls. Yeah, I think it just like dodging is just part of defense. Like whenever you defend anything, you can choose whether you're like blocking it or dodging it. Like the roll goes towards either of those things.
It's not saying like I said a +5 to the roll. Is that just saying like a +5 to the actual like? Actually, what is that? Would it be +5 to the roll?
Dodge bonuses. Some other defense roll bonuses present actively avoiding blows. These bonuses are called dodge bonuses. Any situation that denies you your dex bonus, but also denies you your dodge bonus. Unlike some sorts of bonuses, dodge bonuses stack with each other.
Right.
When you're under attack, you're always taught your defensive roll. Yada. Put your defensive plus dex for int. Thinking. Deflection bonuses, natural armor, and dodge bonuses. Yeah, I think these are just like defense bonuses that you get basically. It's nothing weird.
Okay, that works. Let's see. Flanking. I've literally read this, and I just don't get what it means. I don't know.
I'm not doing flanking.
Okay,
it's just too
good.
much micromanaging shit. Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Grab overrun. Sunder. Sunder is an interesting one, but I don't think at least at our level, it'll ever be useful. Having an 8 DR, like we hardly ever do 8 damage. So, but other than that, I think everything else makes sense to me. All right, yeah, that's cool. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, we are good to go. I'll talk to Chrissy probably tomorrow about getting her extra feats down.
Yeah, get her stuff figured out. Yeah, I'm gonna start planning for this whole thing. I've kind of just been like, just winging it the past few sessions, like not preparing anything and just kind of improvising the whole time. It's been working out
Right,
just
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I did that again today too, even though I knew I probably shouldn't have. I had like a base like idea for what like the training things were going to be for most characters except Kristen, but I still kind of want the whole thing. I'm gonna have to plan out this next episode for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, yeah, if you plan the whole thing out, then I guess we can't really have too much time to do anything but what you plan, which is good.
Well, like once it
on track.
starts, yeah. I mean, you guys will still have a couple days until the tournament starts. Whether you want to do anything before then or not is up to you. I know that Justin's planning on like talking to Mark Cuban to secure a sponsorship or something. Which,
Sure,
like,
sure.
if he's successful, might get you like some new weapons or something, which could be nice. So there'll still be like an amount of time for you guys to do stuff. But then, yeah, once the tournament starts, you're kind of just going to be locked into that. Which is not to say that it'll like just be like combat and nothing else. I might have a couple plans and tricks up my sleeve, but yeah.
All right, fair enough. One final thing is I did read, and maybe it'd be useful. Critical hits. Let's make sure I read the right one. That's not the right one. Well, let me find where it is then. Well, anyway, basically what it is, until I find it, is that yeah, it basically just says a critical hit, so like a D20 plus whatever modifiers against a D20 defense. Even if the defense is higher, regardless, it still hits. It just says instead of having like critical damage, it's just regular damage, and then after DR. So I don't know if you want to play by, if defense is equal or greater still, even they're both crits.
A nat
or
20 wins. Like if you get a nat 20, you just succeed. Even if like the other person's like defense roll is like a 16 plus 5 or whatever, and it's a 21, like I would still give it to the nat 20 at that point. You just win the roll. That's just what a nat 20 does.
Right. But I mean, like, if let's say I crit attack and my total is like 26, and the opponent crit defenses and their total is like 30. I mean, does my attack still go through at regular damage, or because their defense is higher?
Defense wins. So if they're both crits for some reason,
Which has happened.
the defender
rats.
wins. So like,
Okay.
yeah, we would just give it that way if they're both nat 20s. I would, regardless of what the total score is, I would just give it to defense.
And then would we still do the critical damage, or would you just do regular damage?
No damage. If it's like a situation like that and both
right,
crits,
yeah.
like defense would just win. Like I would give
forgot about
something to the attacker maybe, but I don't think any damage in that case.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's no hard and fast rule for that kind of stuff.
Sure,
I kind of just decide based on whatever I'm feeling in the moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, Case, I'll do what I need to do, and I'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you as well.
Bye.
Bye.